Welcome into historical Bosse Field as the Evansville Otters set to take on the Lake Erie Crushers. And we've got a rematch between a couple of fantastic pitchers in Yohan Gonzalez and Anthony Escobar just a little under a couple weeks ago, where they dueled it out. 8 innings, 1-run ball for Anthony Escobar, 7 runs of shutout ball for Yohan Gonzalez, and they are back tonight facing off against each other. We are in store for an amazing matchup between these two squads. I'm Lucas Macklin alongside my partner, Riley Angel. And Riley, as I was mentioning, game in Lake Erie, Yohan Gonzalez and Anthony Escobar. The only difference between the two was a triple from Pavin Parks. And Evansville won that game 1-0. We could be in store for another great pitcher's duel tonight.
Especially if the trend continues from a couple of weeks ago. I mean, both these guys have, especially Anthony Escobar, all year has cemented himself as one of the best pitchers in this league. And Yohan Gonzalez, through his first 4 starts, has cemented himself in this Otters rotation as one of the more reliable arms in the 5-man rotation. So, should be fun to watch. And if we get anything like you got up in Lake Erie, it'll be not only quick, but hopefully in the Otters' favor.
A couple of good pitchers going for the Otters next two nights. Got Yohan Gonzalez tonight, Braden Scott tomorrow. Scott with the 10 strikeouts he got from last night's resumption of a game in May 25th. Put him on top of the Frontier League in strikeouts at 94. It also put him on top of the Otters record books, the most career strikeouts in an Evansville Otters uniform.
Yeah, and he's just getting his flowers right now for how good he has been this year and in the past in an Otters uniform. We knew all year that those 10 strikeouts were looming and that he was really close, but now that he actually is at the top of the league, you really understand how good he's been this year, how solid. And even if he does get hit around a little bit, that strikeout is always there to help him get out of jams.
The Otters tonight trying to rebound after, again, losing the resumption last night in extra innings. And then the second game of the night, a 7-inning contest where they got behind early and just could not have an answer. They lost 10-1. They only had 2 hits on the night. Lake Erie got 17 hits in a 7-inning game. Just an unfortunate game for Evansville last night. Hopefully tonight they can get a better outing from their starters. Last night, the 2 hits coming from Graham Brown and a home run. Keenan Taylor doubling down the third base line as well. But again, outside of that, nothing really for the Otters offense.
It was just a frustrating night. It was one of those where as soon as the game got underway, it had this feeling to it, especially through the first 3 innings. They got down early, couldn't claw their way back. And it felt like in the middle portion of that game, it was just kind of dragging on a little bit. Hopefully, the offense picks it up today, got a full round of batting practice in before the game, did some other work as well outside of batting practice. So hopefully today the offense shows up and they're able to put together some competitive at-bats against one of, if not the best pitcher in that this league has to offer.
Couple more roster moves for Evansville. Alex Canny, a new signee. He will be out of the bullpen, available out of the bullpen. Former pitcher for the Ole Miss Rebels. And Jared Campbell, he'll be starting in left field tonight. An outfielder who was a teammate of Crix Tavares's as well at Point Park in his final season. Had 19 home runs, 13 doubles, hit to a .385 batting average and an .811 slugging percentage. So this team that's been going through an overhaul since the end of that last road trip continues that and hopefully add a big bat to the lineup here.
And obviously this coaching staff is looking for a little bit of change in this lineup given the struggles they've had over the past month and a half. And if these two guys in Tavares and in Campbell are able to produce the way they were at the college level, boy, we're in store for something pretty special with those two.
Reminder, you're listening to the Papa John's pregame show. Remember that that Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the Home Team Network, and our 96.9 WYAR. Speaking of the Home Team Network, they are the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this year. Check out Home Team Network today and sign up and get a front row seat to every Otters game this season. Take a short break, and when we're back, talk about the starting lineups, more about the starting pitchers, as we near the 6:35 p.m. Central Time scheduled start here on Bosse Field on the Otters Digital Network and our 96.9 WYAR.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Welcome back in to Bossy Field. You're listening to the Papa John's pregame show. Evansville and Lake Erie battling for the second time this week after last night. Lake Erie really put a beating on Evansville, 10-1, 17 hits to only 2 for Evansville. But tonight it's going to be a fun matchup between Anthony Escobar and Yohan Gonzalez. These two met up just under a couple of weeks ago in a 1-0 absolute pitcher's duel, in which Anthony Escobar went 8 innings, allowing 6 runs on, as well as 6 hits. 1 run on 6 hits. Struck out 6, walked 1, the only damage coming on a Pavement Parks triple. And Yohan Gonzalez pitched 7 shutout innings, helping Evansville win their first game in the month of July. He was on the mound for their first 2 wins in the month of July after his outing against Quebec. It's been back-to-back excellent starts for Yohan Gonzalez, as we mentioned, the one in Lake Erie, but also a 7-inning outing against Quebec where he only allowed 2 earned runs in that game as well.
And that's all you need from him. You need him to go out there. If he gives you 6, 7 innings, if any starter gives you 6, 7 innings, you're in the ball game. You have a shot. And that's all that the Otters need right now. Is at points it's felt like in the year where you are throwing someone out there and it seems like from the beginning you don't really have a chance. So hopefully tonight, Yohan's able to go out there. If he's a fraction as good as what he has been the past 2 outings, this Otters team has the ability and should win this ball game.
And really the big thing when you look at these stats, both of those last 2 starts, only 1 walk in each of those games. That's an incredible thing for a guy who, when he was out of the bullpen, it felt like he was maybe trying to overpitch, and he would walk, a good amount of batters. He'd still strike out more than he walked, but really the walks were one of his big problems. But when he's been out of the rotation, or in the rotation, he's really been able to keep those walks down, and I think that's probably been the most impressive part of his transformation into a starter.
Absolutely. It just seems like his sequencing is a lot better. You see that a lot, when guys transition from one spot to another, is the sequencing is a lot different. For someone like Brandon Sittinger, who was struggling starting to begin the year, he can now come out of the bullpen, go 1 inning, and just let it all eat. And he has the stuff to be able to do that. Yohan, he's more of a I'm going to fool you type of guy, and now that he has multiple innings to work, he's able to throw multiple sequences at these guys to try and fool them a little bit.
When you really look at that start back on the first game of the road trip, it really felt like he was just getting better as the night went on, worked through a little bit of traffic, or in the second inning had stranded a couple of runners, but just got better and better as the night went on, keeping Lake Erie off of the scoreboard. And then you go into Quebec against, again, the best team in the Frontier League, and it looked like he was just as good, if not better, in that matchup. He was helped by a Dennis Pierce grand slam, the first grand slam of the season for Evansville. But outside of a second inning where he allowed 3 straight hits, settled back in, shut down the Quebec team. And in this final 3 innings of work, only 1 person reached, and he struck out 2 in that final inning as well. So it's not even only that he's been really good as out of the rotation, but it feels like he's been getting better as the game's gone on. But mentioned on the other side, it's Anthony Escobar. Going to be a tough matchup there. But last time out for Anthony Escobar, it was on July 24th in Florence. He would get the win, but not before surrendering 7 runs in 5 innings. Really got blown up in that one. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 8, but was just hit hard. So hopefully Evansville can try to match that at least a little bit and get some runs on the board to help out their pitcher.
And you've seen that he is hittable. He's hittable. I mean, Florence did it, so why can't Evansville do it? He's on the road still. So hopefully this Otters team is able to get to him quickly, get some runs on the board for their starter in Yohan.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for Lake Erie, it'll be Burl Dixon in center field leading it off, followed by Sam Franco in right field. Batting third and playing first base will be Jaden Quinn. Batting fourth and DHing, Scout Knotts. Batting fifth and catching, Derek Vegas. Batting sixth and playing second base, Davey Morgan. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, Jared Watkins. Batting eighth and in left field, Sebastian Alexander. And rounding out the lineup at third base, Kenan Irizarry. We've seen Scout Knotts a lot this year, and He's hit the ball hard a lot, had a couple of big hits against Braden Scott last time in Lake Erie. It's going to probably be one of the big bats that Yohan's going to have to try to set down.
Yeah, I mean, and anyone who plays Lake Erie, he's the big matchup because Lake Erie overall isn't a phenomenal offensive team, but Scout Knotts is a good offensive player. 9 homers, 37 RBI on the year, also draws a ton of walks, has worked 44 of those this season. So he's a guy that not only possesses the power, but is able to be patient enough to work at bats.
So the big hitter as well, Alfredo Gonzalez, not in the lineup. He went 1 for 4 in that game where Yohan started. Scout Knotts, for the record, did go 0 for 4, so Yohan did get the best of him in that matchup. Now look at the Otters lineup. It'll be the Edward Jones leadoff batter of the game, Dennis Pierce. He'll be DHing tonight, followed by Graham Brown in center field, batting third and in right field, JT Benson. Batting fourth and playing first base will be LJ Jones. Batting fifth and catching will be Logan Brown. Batting sixth and at third base, Keenan Taylor. Batting seventh and playing second base, JJ Cruz. Batting eighth and in left field, the debut for Jared Campbell. And rounding out the lineup at shortstop will be Crix Tavares. And we kind of mentioned it a little bit last night as we were watching the game, but Keenan Taylor at third base really just looked super comfortable there, made a fantastic play, and really, for a guy who's played outfield and really made himself a really good defensive outfielder as the season's gone on, moved back to the infield like he never left.
Just shows you the ability he has, the athleticism that he possesses. When you're able to seamlessly transition from a corner outfield spot to a corner infield spot in third base, which is one of the harder infield spots to play, it really shows you the type of ball player he is, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's a mainstay at that position for the rest of the season.
So with the addition of Jared Campbell playing left field, opening the spot for Keenan Taylor to move to the infield, Dennis Pierce at DHing at the top of the lineup. Didn't only get one at bat last night, drew a walk, but still, as we were saying before, an extremely hot week the week prior. You expect his bat to stay hot at the top of the lineup.
Yeah, and this Otters team really needs it, so we'll see if he's able to continue hitting the cover off of the ball like he has been able to.
In that game on July 18th, LJ Jones had a couple of hits in that one. Mentioned that Paving Parks had that triple. JT Benson also got a hit. Logan Brown and Graham Brown, the duo Browns, both had hits as well. So it's not like this team couldn't hit Anthony Escobar. They got 6 hits off of him, but couldn't really push across some runs. So hopefully tonight they don't strand runners. Hopefully they get runners on. That's kind of been that was the biggest problem last night. It wasn't even that they were stranding runners. They just didn't get a lot of hits, didn't get a lot of runners on.
And it all starts with having good competitive at-bats. Last night, at times, it seemed like it really wasn't there a ton. So tonight, again, you're able to just work at-bats, get that pitch count up. He's going to make a mistake. All pitchers are human, especially at this level. They're going to make a mistake. You just have to be able to capitalize on it.
Once again, as we were mentioning, the 6:35 p.m. scheduled start time will be getting to that point very shortly. An exciting matchup between really what's become obviously one of the best pitchers in the Frontier League all season, Anthony Escobar, and as we were mentioning, it's become one of the best pitchers as of late in Yohan Gonzalez, trying to keep that hot streak going during his time as a starter. He's worked a .320 ERA in 4 starts in his last 2 outings. Again, been very, very good. Only allowed 4 hits, struck out 8, only walked 1 in that start against Lake Erie, and he will try to do that again tonight. That was the Papa John's pregame show. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Wednesday evening. We'll give you Zane Clodfelter for the starting lineups as we near the first pitch here in the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WYIR.
Batting third, the right fielder, number 9, JT Benson. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 20, LJ Jones. Batting fifth and catching, number 28, Logan Brown. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 12, Keenan Taylor. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 17, JJ Cruz. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 11, Jared Campbell. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 18, Crix Tavares. Pitching for the Evansville Otters, right-handed pitcher, number 19, Yohan Gonzalez. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America's freedom, those who now protect it, and pay tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice with the singing of our national anthem this evening, performed by Kelly and Sarah.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the
Kelly and Sarah with our national anthem.
It's game time here in Evansville. Yohan Gonzalez takes the mound for his 5th start. Behind the plate is Logan Brown. That pitcher and catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call 812-475-9000. Talked about it a lot, but Yohan Gonzalez has been fantastic as a starter. His last 3 starts, he's gone at least 100 pitches. He's earned a quality start in each of his last 3 starts, and 2 wins in his last 2 starts, one against Lake Erie, one against Quebec. Again, those were the first 2 wins of the month for Evansville before they would get the 3rd win against Ottawa to start that series when Braden Scott was on the mound.
And you just hope he's able to do the same thing again here tonight, especially after last night we didn't see the starter go super long. So if Yohan, if he gives you 5 innings of 2-3-run baseball, or even if he gets you a quality start again tonight, that'll be such a load off of this Otters pitching staff.
Mentioned the big thing for him was keeping the walks down. Walked the second batter he faced in Lake Erie, didn't walk anybody the rest of the night. So hopefully for him, he'll do that again here at home. This is only the 2nd start he's made at home. The other start he made at home was against Gateway on July 12th, where he worked 6 innings to a quality start. It was the first time he went over 100 pitches during his professional career. And again, I think that's the big thing that really, I don't want to say shocking, but is a little bit surprising, is that he hasn't been used as a starter ever during his professional career. Ever since he left college from Bethune-Cookman, he's been a reliever. You know, when he was a part of the Padres organization, it was as a reliever, but now he's become a starter, and he's looked excellent in that role.
And it is surprising looking back at those numbers, especially with how good he's been. I mean, it's one of those things where you look at how good he's been as a starter, and you wonder, why hasn't anybody thought of this before? Because he has been that dominant so far through his first 4.
First one to face him is going to be Burl Dixon. He will lead off this game playing center field tonight. No Dario Gomez in the lineup. No Alfredo Gonzalez in the lineup. And Yohan will work and deliver the first pitch, which misses outside for ball 1. And that is how we get started here at Bosse Field. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Dixon. That one is lined into center field. It's going to bring Graham Brown in on it, and he will camp under it and bring it in for out number 1. And Yohan Gonzalez is going to get the first man he faces to fly out. With one away, it'll be Sam Franco. Franco last night had 3 hits and 5 at-bats. Second time this series he's batted in the 2-hole. Here's the first pitch from Yohan Gonzalez. Finds its mark. He jumps out in front of Franco, 0-1. Mentioned this last night, but this Lake Erie squad is One of the worst offensive squads in the Frontier League. Will they make their money in the pitching? But again, last night didn't matter. 17 hits, 10 runs. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Franco. That fastball misses high. Bit outside, now 1-1. One pitch. Front door breaker finds its mark. Gonzalez is out in front 1-2. Very hot night here in the ballpark. 90 degrees at start time. There's some shade reaching its way through the infield. 1-2 pitch. That's on a line into the outfield for a one-out base hit. And Lake Erie is in on Yohan Gonzalez to start this game.
It's a good job there from Franco to stay back and get the bat head to it, pull it into left field on a line. Yohan started him off with 2 fastballs, then went to a slider and then an even slower breaking ball. So the fact that Sam Franco was able to stay back on that is pretty impressive.
Next up's going to be Jaden Quinn. Stands in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch to him finds the mark. He's out in front of Quinn 0-1. Quinn, a guy who works a ton of walks. Already 18 on the season in 23 games, 6 home runs. Kind of the exact vision of what a 3-outcome hitter is. 0-1 pitch finds its mark as well. Now the count's 0-2.
I really like that Yohan's working inside with a fastball to this left-handed hitter, especially with the arm side movement that he gets. He starts on the inside half off the plate and then runs back over the plate. Can be really successful, especially against lefties.
Counts 0-2 to Quinn. Runner at first base. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Blew the fastball by him for a German-American Bank strikeout. And there's 2 away now in this inning with a runner at first base. 3 fastballs, 3 strikes to Quinn. And now it's Scout Knotts. The tall right-handed hitter. Trying to extend this first inning. First pitch taken just high for ball 1. Gonzalez varying up the speed of which he throws some of these faster pitches. 1-0 pitch, misses low and away 2-0. Seen him get up to 94. That first pitch was in at 91. Knotts the DH in tonight's matchup, making his 59th appearance of the season for Lake Erie, his 3rd year as a Crusher. The 2-0 pitch to him, swings that one, fouls it back. And it's 2-1. Entering this ball game with a .273 batting average, a .407 OBP, 9 home runs, 10 doubles. Having his best season as a Crusher. 2-1 pitch misses up and in. Now it's 3-1. Gonzalez trying to find a way to get out of this first inning. Knotts trying to extend it. Quick look over first for Gonzalez. Now delivers the 3-1 pitch up and in, and it hit Knotts. Lost the control on the off-speed pitch. Got him up in the helmet area.
Batting 5th and catching 4.
Whether there's a hit by pitch or ball 4, another free pass. And now there are runners at first and second for 2 away for Derek Vegas.
I mean, obviously you're not happy with a 2-out walk there, but against Knotts, I think you're more okay with it than if it were against someone lower in the order.
First pitch to Vegas misses high. Against 1-0.
Because while Vegas is still a good hitter, he's not a Scout Knotts power-wise or discipline-wise with the dish.
Vegas did get 3 hits last night, a couple of doubles. 1-0 pitch, swings through that one, evens the count up at 1-1. Vegas in his 46th game this season for Lake Erie. The 1-1 pitch to the Crushers catcher. That one is lined into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. They're going to wave home the runner. Knotts is rounding second, heading to third. He'll get in there with no problem. And Lake Erie has jumped out in front 1-0 early in this ball game.
At second base,
Well, I'm sure if
Davey Morgan.
Vegas heard what I just said, he'd probably say I told you so, or something of that nature. That one, just good piece of hitting, high fastball. Vegas was late on the fastball. He had previously seen in that at-bat, adjusted, and was able to take one just above the letters right back where he got it from into center field.
Now it's Davey Morgan. First pitch to him, swings through that one, way behind it. And Gonzalez is out in front, 0-1. Lake Erie is out scoring early, but even with Yohan, it's really been early runs that he's given up. The 0-1 pitch. That breaker stays high now, 1-1. Again, in Quebec, it was 2 runs in the second inning. Looks like now there's time called. Vegas over at first base trying to throw some dirt around. Maybe the footing's a little bit loose over there. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Misses outside. Now it's 2-1.
Seems like Gonzalez is having maybe some control issues right now. Hasn't been really able to locate the past 3 at-bats now. All of his balls have been non-competitive.
2-1 pitch is fouled back, evening up the count at 2-2. Davey Morgan entering this ballgame with a .294 batting average. Again, this team has definitely some good hitters in their lineup, but for whatever reason, just has not accounted for runs this season. Here's the 2-2 pitch. On the ground towards short. Tavares will get his first opportunity over there. Throw to first in time for out number 3. Gonzalez does give up a run, but strands a couple. Otters now trail 1-0 as they head to bat for their first time here on the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WYIR.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
Otters coming to bat for the first time in this game. Dennis Pierce will lead it off, trying to get a run back after Yohan Gonzalez did surrender a run. A couple of hits and a hit by pitch allowed a run to score, but getting stranded a couple of runners, which is good to see, keeping Evansville very much in this ball game. And hopefully Evansville will be able to get some runs for him as well. Obviously a tough task, but Anthony Escobar showed he was human his last time out, 7 runs in 5 innings.
And it's another one of those situations that was similar to last night. Lake Erie has jumped out in front. You just can't let it snowball. Last night it felt like Lake Erie got in front, and the team just looked dejected. You can't have that happen. You have to go out here, attack in the box, get ahead of the count, get in a hitter's count, or just be better at fouling off 2-strike pitches. You just have to find a way at this point to win ball games.
It'll be the Edward Jones leadoff batter of the game, Dennis Pierce. First pitch to him from Escobar. Finds its mark on the inside corner, and he jumps out in front 0-1. Dennis Pierce, after his extremely hot road trip, only had 1 at-bat last night before taken out of the game. The 0-1 pitch, a breaker that stays just a bit low, evening the count at 1-1. Drew a walk in that at-bat, so has not recorded an at-bat yet during this 3-quick homestand here in Evansville. 1-1 pitch from Escobar up and in, almost got Pierce in the helmet. It's 2-1 now.
This is the 3rd time that Evansville has seen Escobar this season. The first was the first time up in Lake Erie, then last time and now, so.
That one is a high chopper towards third, but foul, and the count will even up at 2-2.
Maybe since these hitters are have seen him, more comfortable against him, that can lead to some offense, even though the first 2 times they saw him, they didn't find much success.
He's gone at least 7 innings in both outings against Evansville this season. Now here's the 2-2. That one is fouled off by Pierce. We'll do it again.
That overhead foul ball brought to you by Ed's Construction. Choose the
Was it an
best
overhead foul ball?
I think it was.
I thought.
Just barely hit the grandstand up there.
Oh,
I didn't see it fall down anyway.
well, I'll make it up on the second one. I'll say doubly as fast. Here's the next 2-2 to Pierce. Called strike 3 on the outer edge. Got the fastball by him. In the first out of the inning, it'll be Graham Brown now with 1 away.
Number 24, Graham Brown.
And Brown has really started to pick it up here after again, a little bit of a rough stretch for him, but the end of that road trip was really good for Brown. It's a .368 batting average his last 7 days. First pitch to him, misses outside. He jumps out in front, 1-0. Another hit for him last night, and it was a home run, a solo shot, the only damage Evansville would do. 1-0 pitch to the Otter center fielder, swings through that one. Can't catch up to it. Evens the count up at 1-1. Brown does have hits in 9 of his last 10 games. 1-1 pitch. Breaker goes out too far outside. 2-1 now. Entering with a 6-game hitting streak. Couple of doubles in the final 2 games in Ottawa. 2-1 pitch to Brown. Swings at that one, fouls it up and overhead. An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Counts 2-2.
That one was a little more obvious. Just a tad.
So it is a little bit tough for me to see on the ones going to the right side, though.
It's all about feel, Lucas. It's about feel.
Well, it counts 2-2. He takes that one for strike 3. Back-to-back batters, he's gotten them looking at fastballs. There's 2 away.
And this is a guy, he's not going to blow you away. He has to throw strikes to get outs. You have to be aggressive. You can't let pitches go by, especially when they're at 91 miles per hour and you're a professional hitter. You have to be aggressive against a guy like this who relies more on fooling you at the plate and getting it in the strike zone than blowing you away.
Next up's JT Benson. First pitch to him. Misses outside and low. And it's 1-0. It just feels like they're not, even both of those 2-strike pitches, just not picking it up on that fastball. The 1-0 pitch to Benson. Breaker misses outside, 2-0.
And you have to give it to Escobar. He does a really good job of hiding the baseball in his delivery, which is why he's so effective. But again, you've seen this guy now 3 times.
2-0 pitch. Breaker misses outside and low, 3-0.
You know what he's offering. You know what to expect. You can't let fastballs go by.
The 3-0 pitch to Benson. Takes that one high for ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk. A Deerhead side walk, cafe and bar. And there is a 2-out base runner for Evansville for L.J. Jones. Jones trying to extend this inning. Jones did find some success against Anthony Escobar back in Lake Erie. Had a couple of hits off of him. Went 2 for 3 in his 3 at-bats against him. So hopefully trying a chance to extend this inning here. Throw over to first base, nothing doing. Benson, a candidate to steal. Again, this Otters team has really gone away from the stolen base as the season's gone on. But Benson's definitely one of the teams that can steal. First pitch to Jones is taken for a strike, and he'll start behind 0-1. Benson is 11 for 13 in stolen base attempts this season. Stole a ton of bases for Louisville during his 3-year career over there. Escobar is set. He holds, now delivers the 0-1 pitch. That one misses low and away, and it's going to even the count up at 1-1.
And with the way this offense has been struggling, why not go for it? First inning, test Vegas, see if you're going to be able to throughout this contest, especially against Escobar, whose delivery is a little slower. than the average pitcher out of the stretch.
1-1 pitch. Jones checks his swing on a pitch outside, 2-1. This is the 29th game for Vegas behind the plate. 34 bags have been stolen off of him. 6 runners he's caught for a 15% caught stolen percentage. Now here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled back by L.J. Jones. Hanger left up in the zone. Now it's 2-2. LJ entering with a 274 batting average. It's been a little bit of a slow last 3 games for him. Throw over to first base again, nothing doing. Wouldn't expect him to throw over again here, but counts 2-2 right here, so. Benson is getting a decent lead over at first base. Escobar sets, holds, delivers. Benson takes off. Pitch is a called strike 3. The third batter he's sent down, looking on a fastball. So the Otters get a runner on, but Escobar strikes out 3, and the Otters will trail by 1 as we head to the second here on the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WYIR.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
We head to the second inning here in Bosse Field. Yohan Gonzalez did allow a run in his first inning, but trying to bounce back here after Evansville just really couldn't pick up that fastball, it seems, from Escobar.
Now this is where you want your starter to go out there and just shove, do exactly what the other guy did.
First pitch is taken for ball 1 to Jared Watkins, the 7-0 hitter leading off the second inning. Gonzalez working quickly. That's on the line towards second. Cruz will take it in on a hop. Throw to first going to be in time for out number 1. So he gets the first out of the inning here, and it'll be Sebastian Alexander up next. Alexander, the former teammate of Graham Brown, part of the Coastal Carolina team that made it all the way to the championship against LSU. First pitch to him, called ball 1. Pitch that Yohan would definitely like there. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is swung at. Fouled off now, 1-1. Alexander's been off to a quick start for Lake Erie here. Entering with a .444 batting average in 5 games. 1-1 pitch, misses outside, 2-1. Working quickly again. Here's 2-1 pitch. That one's called ball 3 on another pitch around the knees. Working from behind, 3-1 to Alexander. Gonzalez delivers, swings through that one. And count's going to run full. Hefty swing from Alexander there. Trying to get his first professional home run. Count's full for Yohan Gonzalez. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Gonzalez works back in the count, gets his second German-American bank strikeout of the game. And quickly there are 2 up and 2 down. So we get to the 9-hole hitter, Kenan Irizarry.
This is exactly what you wanted him to do after the offense struggled. You want your starter to go out there and act like he has your back, and that's exactly what Yohan's doing. Hopefully he can get rid of Irizarry, quickly get these bats up.
First pitch to Irizarry finds the mark, and he jumps out in front 0-1. Irizarry played a couple of seasons with Lake Erie back in 22 and 23. Played some foreign ball, then joined Quebec to begin this season. The 0-1 pitch misses inside, now 1-1. Played 10 games with Quebec, only had a 129 batting average, but is off to a quick start with Lake Erie, a 308 batting average in 10 games with the Crushers. 1-1 pitch. That one misses inside, now 2-1. Gonzalez been working from behind a lot more in this outing. Lake Erie's been patient. 2-1 pitch. That one misses outside. Now it's 3-1 to Irizarry, who's trying to extend this inning back to the top of the lineup. Three-one pitch. Missed inside, ball 4, and a 2-out walk will extend the inning to Burl Dixon.
It's another one that is borderline. You would prefer to, if you're a pitcher, have that called a strike than not, but got to work around it.
Now it's Burl Dixon. Led off the game with a fly out his first time up. Here's the first pitch to Dixon. He takes that one, the knees, for strike 1. Dixon on the season batting .268, a .378 OBP, so the guy you like to have at the top of your lineup. The 0-1 pitch pulled the string on him, got him out in front. Now the count's 0-2. Dixon in his 62nd game for Lake Erie this season, his second year as a Crusher. Last year had a .227 batting average. Throw over at first base, nothing doing with Irizarry over there. Former 18th round pick of Matt Will's Kansas City Royals back in 2019. Spent 3 seasons in that organization before joining independent ball. Fastball misses up and away. Count now 1-2 to Dixon. Doing a much better job at finding his way on base this season. Is upped his OBP up to .378. Trying to extend the second inning. Otters trail 1-0. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one misses low and in. Now it's 2-2. Irizarry over at first base, not a big stolen base threat. Count is 2-2 here, though. The pitch, he does take off. That one on the ground, up the middle. Diving play from Tavares, but it gets under his glove. Irizarry rounding second, heading to third, but he will be held up there. And for the second straight inning, Lake Erie using 2-out hits to threaten, trying to add to their lead. It'll be Sam Franco due up with runners on the corners, 2 away. Again, Lake Erie, the second time they've faced Yohan Gonzalez this season as a starter. Clearly didn't like that he shut him out the first time because they are bouncing back quickly here in his second outing against them. First pitch to Franco. Swings through that one, but comes up empty, and Gonzalez jumps out in front 0-1.
I know it's really early in this ball game, but this feels like a pivotal point because it's kind of that same point where we were last night in the second inning, where it feels like, boy, if this team gets another hit, they're about to explode. You'd really like Yohan to get out of this spot.
The 0-1 pitch to Franco is fouled up and overhead. An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Let's wish Mary, our former tickets person, a happy birthday. 1, 2, 3.
Counts 0-2.
Mary, yeah, she's right there behind home plate.
Franco played his last 2 seasons here in Indiana with Purdue. Joined Lake Erie last season. Played in 29 games. Now has become a mainstay starter, his 51st game of the season. 0-2 pitch misses high. Now it's 1-2. Even though for a lot of the game he's been working from behind, when he has gotten these batters at 2 strikes, they've done a good job at battling, and it's kind of what we've seen all week really. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Franco. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him swinging at the off-speed stuff. And Gonzalez strands 2 more runners, 4 through the first 2 innings, keeping the Otters deficit to just 1. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Otters going to need some runs here against Anthony Escobar. Here on the Otters Digital Network, and 96.9 WIIR.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience. Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a rockin' Smile on Down Syndrome, providing Smile on Down Syndrome celebrating 25 years Smile on Down Syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome.
We head to the bottom of the second inning. Anthony Escobar out there for his second inning of work, and he struck out all 3 Otters batters looking on fastballs that he got out. Did allow a walk to JT Benson, but just couldn't really pick up the fastball.
You just like to see these hitters get a little more aggressive, and that's more what I think it makes people frustrated more than anything is not being aggressive, especially against a guy like this who is going to be in the strike zone all night just because of the stuff he has to work with.
It'll be Logan Brown, the first one to face him here. First pitch to the Otters catcher. He swings at that one. He fouls it up and overhead. An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. They did make him work in that first inning. The 2-2 counts. There's a 4-pitch walk to JT Benson. The 0-1 pitch misses high and away, now 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch to Logan Brown. He swings through that one on the off speed. Now the count's 1-2 for the Otters catcher.
You know, I'm going to take a risk and say that he was sitting fastball there.
That's what it looked like. Well, Logan Brown doesn't strike out a ton, does a good job at battling off pitches. Now here's the 1-2 pitch. On the line towards short, over the head of the shortstop Watkins. And a leadoff base hit for Evansville in this inning. Getting started on the right foot here in the second inning.
And that's exactly what you need to do with a 2-strike fastball. He went back to the well again. He got away with it in that first inning with 3 fastballs pretty much splitting the plate. There it was a little elevated. And Logan Brown had a really good approach, stayed back on it, shot it the opposite way into the left center gap. And now all of a sudden, the Otters working with the leadoff base runner.
Now it's Keenan Taylor making the start at third base tonight after what he did last night. Not really shocking. His first pitch to him. He takes that one low and away for ball one. For not being able to record a hit in the first 4 road games he played, he's got hits in his four in his last 5 games, including one of the 2 hits last night. A double down the third base line. Here's the 1-0 pitch to him. Takes that one up and in. Now it's 2-0. The all-star starter for Evansville in the batter's box. Batting with a runner on, trying to bounce back in this one as they trail 1-0. 2-0 pitch, swings at that one, fouls it off. Now it's 2-1. Good swing there, just didn't put it in the right direction. Shade has now surpassed the infield as it starts to creep its way through the outfield. Two-one pitch from the Crushers pitcher. That one's lifted to deep left center. It's going to split the gap and get down. Brown is rounding second, heading for third. It's barehanded by the center fielder, Dixon. Gets it in quickly to keep Taylor to a single, but now there are runners in the corners with no one out, and the Otters threatening to try to put up a run of their own here in the bottom of the second.
What a play out in center by Burl Dixon. I mean, that had double written all over it. Dixon slightly overran it, had to go on a bare hand to cut it off. Wasn't able to keep Brown from sneaking over to third, but that definitely would have been a double for Keenan Taylor if it weren't for the efforts of the center fielder.
Now it's J.J. Cruz. Big spot here for Evansville. Any opportunity you get against Escobar to put some runs up is a huge spot. Here's the first pitch to the Otters' second baseman. He takes that one outside for ball one. Escobar, before the 7-run blow-up against Florence, entered that game with a 1.62 ERA. It's ballooned up to 2.29. Not really an ERA you say ballooned up to very often, but here's the 1-0 pitch. Checked his swing. Third base umpire who's behind the pitcher says he went, and the count's 1-1. Third base umpire over there, Takahito Matsuda. Behind the plate is Dalton Phillips. First base is Brendan Boucher. And I don't like when the home plate umpire asks the umpire who's behind the pitcher, because it's really impossible to tell. 1-1 pitch, swings at that one, fouls it off. Now it's 1-2.
And sadly, it's just one of those disadvantages you have when you only have a 3-man crew. It really is, because usually in that situation, you go to the third base side, and they're likely going to say he didn't swing there, but it's just a really tough call to make from behind the mound.
Counts 1-2 now to J.J. Cruz. Really need to put something into play here. 1-2 pitch. He fouls that one off, and he stays alive.
Almost an overhead foul ball. Almost. Not
close.
Quite.
What a season this has turned into for J.J. Cruz. 8 home runs on the season, 34 RBIs. The big spot here. Count still 1-2. Escobar delivers and swung on a miss for strike 3. His 4th strikeout of the game and a big out number 1 for him. As now the double play would end the inning. And it'll be the first time we get to see Jared Campbell making his professional debut at a Point Park University. And what a big spot he enters in.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, you know that a pitcher of Escobar's caliber, he's going to be pitching low in the zone, trying to get you to roll over into a double play. You just have to be privy to that.
First pitch to the newest Otter. He misses outside for ball 1.
Got to be aware of that. Adjust your game plan as Escobar does as well. I mean, what a matchup that Campbell's getting his first professional game against a guy like Escobar.
1-0 pitch is swung up and out of play, and it's going to even the count up at 1-1. First professional at-bat against the leading vote getter among Midwest Conference pitchers. was slated to be the all-star starter. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Escobar. Swings through that one, comes up empty. Now he's behind 1-2.
Campbell was really behind on that up-and-in fastball. Wouldn't be surprised, especially given the success that Escobar has had through the first inning and a third. With that fastball, if he just goes right back to it, puts a little more juice on it. We've seen him get up to 92, 93. Oh, see what he attacks with here.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Campbell. Takes that one on the outside of the zone. Counts evened up at 2-2. Good take on that pitch. Campbell in his senior season that he finished up this year, 34 walks to 37 strikeouts. Worked up to a .512 on-base percentage. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swings through that one, comes up empty. And back-to-back strikeouts for Anthony Escobar. Now there's 2 away with runners still in the corners.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I mean, that's just 3 straight fastballs. The 2 that he swung at, he was late on. And it's just one of those things where a good pitcher like this, he sees something early on in that bat. He's not going to let you off the hook. Just going to keep battling that weakness that he spots.
Now it's Crick Taveras. Taveras in his second professional game, also at a Point Park University. First pitch to him, misses inside, ball 1. Taveras last night only got a couple of at-bats, went 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. 1-0 pitch inside, and it hit him. A free pass to Crix Taveras, and now the bases are loaded for Dennis Pierce. The Edward Jones leadoff batter of the game, DHing tonight. Has the only grand slam for the Otters this season. And talk about big spots for a big batter. Leads the team with 10 home runs, the only Otter in double digits. Entering this game with a .326 batting average, a .389 OBP. And here's the first pitch from Escobar. It's a breaker that stays high, and he jumps out in front 1-0. So they've threatened Escobar here in the second. But man, you really don't want to leave 3 runners on in a big spot like this. The 1-0 pitch to Pierce. Takes that fastball in the zone. It's going to even the count up at 1-1. Left middle. 1-1 pitch to Pierce. Swings through that one, comes up empty, and now he's behind 1-2. You almost wonder if maybe they saw something the last time out and are trying to be more patient, more selective in the pitches they swing at, but it's led to 5 strikeouts. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Pierce. Takes that one just outside the zone. It's going to even the count up at 2-2.
Boy, that could have been another one. I mean, he got pretty lucky there. That's called a ball 2. Borderline. I just don't. Good take. That's all I'm going to say. Good take. Good take.
Counts 2-2. 3 runners on, 2 away. Here in the bottom of the second inning, Otters trail 1-0. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Escobar. Pulled the string and got him swinging. His 6th strikeout in 2 innings. The Otters strand the bases loaded and still trail by 1 as we head to the third here on the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WIIR.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Welcome back into Bossy Field. Top half of the third, Lake Erie 1, Evansville nothing here on the Otters Digital Network, 96.9 WYIR. I'm Riley Angelo here, joined by head coach of the Mount Vernon High School wrestling program, Austin Bethel. Austin, you guys here for Paws Wrestling here tonight as Yohan Gonzalez with the first pitch into Jaden Quinn, just missing outside on a fastball, 1-0. Just tell us a little bit about the program, what you guys are all about.
So we're a K through 12 nonprofit program that focuses on coaching wrestling for both boys and girls. Like I said, we're based out of Mount Vernon, but we're not school oriented. So we pull in a lot of kids from other states and other schools. And we're K through 12, so we're working with kiddos that are just learning how to tie their shoes all the way to kids that are getting ready to graduate. And so a lot of ins and outs and behind the scenes work that goes into that. And we're a nonprofit club. And so we are constantly looking for new opportunities to bring in money to help support those kiddos.
2-2 the count now to Jaden Quinn, who calls time. And if someone were interested in this, number they call, website they go to, how do they get signed up to be a part of this program?
I would say the best opportunity to reach out to us is via our Facebook page, Paul's Elite Wrestling Club on Facebook. Also, we have an Instagram page, Paul's Wrestling Club, or Paul's Booster Club on Instagram as well. And we're trying to come up with new ways to kind of promote our room, because it's a very good size room, and push to get other schools to feel more comfortable coming to us and getting better as well. So
No, it's a long time ago, but I can say from experience, great program. When I was a very small child, I did participate. Gonzalez, the 3-2 pitch, just missing outside, ball 4. Quinn reaches to lead off this third inning. Now behind the plate today, Logan Brown, former baseball player at Mount Vernon, graduated from Mount Vernon High School, was drafted, played in the Braves organization. Obviously, pretty cool to see you guys out here. I graduated from Mount Vernon as well. See you guys out here with ties to the Otters, like Logan Brown, like myself, as Gonzalez, the first pitch to Scout Knotts, misses low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the biggest aspects that we look for is, I try and coach a family-oriented environment within our wrestling program, and though we're open to other schools, we're still based out of Mount Vernon. We use their facilities, so coming here to support an alumni like yourself and like Logan Brown, and just kind of getting the group out in a very no pressure situation. Just enjoy your time as well as make money for a good nonprofit and a good cause, but building that family-oriented environment is very important to us.
Knotts pops one up to Keenan Taylor, who brings in, secures the runner. Did a good job of looking down. Jaden Quinn over at first, keeping him right there, brings up Derek Vegas, 1 for 1, an RBI single back in the first inning. Now, obviously you guys are a non-profit organization. You guys take donations, anything like that to help keep the program going, keep you guys on your feet.
Yes, absolutely. We accept donations. A lot of the money that we come up with to help these guys and girls out is from hosting. We have to do a lot of legwork, and we run long tournaments, and it's a fundraiser, but it also requires, we're not selling a product. We're putting on a competition. So I try and look for different unique ways to branch us out, to publicize us, to get us on the map, and 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 to spread our wings a little bit so we can bring in more money to help support those guys and girls. And with the addition of our girls program and girls wrestling becoming a sanctioned sport, it's blossoming into something that we never really anticipated. So the more funding we have to help us explore new avenues, the better. So absolutely, we're a nonprofit, so available for donations, as well as any fundraising opportunities. We're constantly looking for new ways to grow and expand our program.
1-2 pitch now to Vegas from Gonzalez out of the stretch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Yohan Gonzalez, strikeout number 3, a German-American bank strikeout. 2 away here. Top 3, 1-0 Lake Erie over Evansville. That's one of the things is girls wrestling just recently being sanctioned by the IHSAA. So when people think of wrestling, they think of a boys' sport, but now both genders being able to get involved.
Oh, it's astronomically huge, and it's been a pleasure from my perspective. I mean, I grew up wrestling girls, but it wasn't a sport then. They had to wrestle the guys, and I knew a lot of very talented female athletes back then that had to eventually hang it up. And now it provides so many more opportunities, and it does so much more for the girls as far as confidence and self accountability, and it's amazing to see them. It's a new challenge for them. A lot of the girls that we have are coming from cheerleading or maybe volleyball or track, and something that they maybe naturally just have that ability, and when they're tackling something as complicated and as complex as the sport of wrestling, like it's a new challenge for them, and so like you see a whole new level of confidence exuberated from them, which is amazing to see, which you obviously see in the guys, but seeing this new era, and getting to work with girls that are day ones and just starting out, and seeing how far they come in such a short amount of time is pretty incredible.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top 3, 1-0 Lake Erie. Davey Morgan, the batter. Gonzalez looking over towards first. Small lead for Quinn. Gonzalez out of the stretch, the 2-strike offering. Checked his swing, did not go around. It's 2-2 now. So this organization obviously very heavy on the competition, the wrestling side of things, but doesn't only focus on that, focuses on giving these kids a fun way to experience life, give them some life lessons as well.
100%. We're constantly looking at, this fundraiser alone. Like I promote my kiddos to be out here and be involved in the give back process, because wrestling isn't necessarily the money making sport. It's not the marketing sport, and so a lot of the money we have to raise has to be accounted for from legwork, and that requires commitment from top to bottom. From all your athletes and wanting to buy into that process. So 100%, it's more than just a sport. It's what it teaches them and what you can create that they want to belong to.
Davey Morgan flies out to Jared Campbell in left field, ending the top of the third. Austin, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Riley. Appreciate it.
We'll be right back here for the bottom of the third here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com.
Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org.
We head to the bottom of the third inning here in Bosse Field. Or in Evansville at Bosse Field is what I meant to say. It made it sound weird. We're in Bosse Field. We are inside Bosse Field, to be fair.
That is where we currently sit, yes.
It'll be Graham Brown to lead off this inning. Evansville loaded the bases up against Anthony Escobar. Had runners at first and third with no one out. Couldn't push anyone across. Now they try to respond. Here's the first pitch to Brown. Is popped up into right field. Out on is Quinn. Still racing out. That one's racing to foul territory. He brings it in over the shoulder. And there is one away here in the third inning.
For a second, I didn't think Quinn was going to be able to get to that. He slipped a little bit on his first step back and did a really good job of recovering, not letting that affect the play too much, and just sprinted towards that ball down the right field line. Good athletic play by the first baseman.
Yohan Gonzalez, after working through some traffic, giving up a run in the first inning, stranding a couple more in the second inning, looked really good in that third inning. Now it's JT Benson. First pitch to him is taken for strike one. And they'll be behind 0-1. It definitely feels like they're being a lot more patient at the plate, but really it's just resulted in them taking strikes and starting behind. 0-1 pitch. That one is taken for strike two.
And, I mean, this at-bat is perfect. Takes the first two pitches. They're both fastballs. They're both in the zone. Obviously, Escobar is making an adjustment from the first two times that he's faced this club.
0-2 pitch. That's a breaker way outside. Nowhere close. Now it's 1-2.
And with that adjustment, Evansville has to adjust their game plan, right? Especially the second time through the order. You can't go through the lineup twice and still strike out 6 more times. You have to find ways to make this guy work a little bit and put him in into some stressful situations like last inning.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Benson. That one is on a line, but foul. We'll do it again. The Otters playing from behind tonight. It's only a 1-run deficit. Feels much more manageable than it, got out of hand early last night. Very manageable here, but with a guy like Escobar on the mound, it is tough to break into him. 1-2 pitch taken for strike 3 at the knees. Another fastball that he blew by him. The 7th strikeout already for Anthony Escobar. There's 2 away.
And again, another strikeout looking. That's the 4th time that they've struck out looking. All 4 times have been on fastballs that haven't even really been close to the edge of the strike zone. They pretty much split the plate.
So it's LJ Jones up next. First pitch to him is a breaker that misses outside. He'll start ahead 1-0. 7 of Escobar's 8 outs recorded have been strikeouts. I mentioned 4 of them looking. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Jones. That misses low. Now it's 2-0. Jones was also a strikeout victim in the first inning. Two-0 pitch. That's lined up back up the middle into right center field for a base hit. It'll be cut off by Franco. Jones is going to take a big turn at first, but is going to go back. And it'll be a 2-out base hit to extend the inning once again for Evansville.
Good decision there by Jones not to take off for second. For a second, I really thought he was going to try and stretch that into a double. He was busting it down the line to first, but wisely turned back and went back to the bag, took his medicine. Now we'll see if Logan Brown is able to get something going with 2 outs here.
Logan Brown singled his last time up. And even though haven't been able to put up a run and they've struck out 7 times, first pitch to Brown, he pops that one up. That one's going to basically stay in the infield. It'll be Davey Morgan who will camp under it and bring it in for out number 3. Well, I guess I'm not going to complete what I was saying. We'll head to the 4th inning here on the Otters Digital Network, Enter 96.9 WYIR.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
Top half of the fourth, 1-0 Lake Erie. We'll see if Yohan Gonzalez can continue doing some good work like he has done the past 2 frames. Did give up a run in that first inning, but had settled down quite a bit. He does have 4 strikeouts through his first 3 innings. We'll see how he does here in the fourth against the bottom third. Jared Watkins, Sebastian Alexander, and Kinnan Irizarry. If you're just joining us, I'm Riley Angel alongside Lucas Macklin. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Wednesday night for some Otters baseball. Hasn't been the first 3 innings that the Otters would have liked, but obviously still well within reach.
And I think what hurts is that you really had some opportunities, especially in that second inning. Runners at first and third, no one out. Can't push across a run, and you still trail by 1. Well, Yohan Gonzalez hasn't looked as dominant as he looked in the first outing against these 2 teams. He's looked really good, and he's very much kept you in this game, only allowing that 1 run.
Watkins today 0 for 1, grounded out back in the second to J.J. Cruz over at second base. 1-0 pitch. That one splits the plate, and it's 1-1 now. Gonzalez at times tonight has struggled with command, but overall has been good. The 1-1 inside all the way back to the backstop. It's 2-1. Never mind, it hit him. They'll say it hit his jersey, so Watkins will take a 90-foot walk down to first, and home plate umpire Dalton Phillips hearing it from the Otters dugout. So Watkins begins this inning as a leadoff base runner. Now a base runner for Lake Erie in each of the first 4 frames. Gonzalez has worked around it. He sets hands just above the belt, slightly outstretched. The pitch, squaring around is Alexander, places one down pretty well down the third base side. Picking up is Gonzalez. Throw over to first is in time, just barely. Nice play by Yohan Gonzalez, fielding his position. A sacrifice bunt. Watkins goes to second.
Oh, yeah, let's, can we find the speed of how hard he threw that one to first base? Because I think he threw that harder than he's thrown a pitch tonight.
I think so, too. Man, he let it fly. Hey, who says pitchers aren't athletes? Pitchers are athletes, too, dang it.
Sebastian Alexander, he set down some great punts last night, too. Did it again there. That was a tough play for Gonzalez.
Now Kinnan Irizarry. First pitch that the lefty sees is swung on it, hit in the air, shallow right field. Back on it, J.J. Cruz, calling everybody off and making the catch for out number 2. Flips the lineup card over. Now Burl Dixon in his 3rd at-bat. He is a 1 for 2, a single in the second frame, flew out to begin this contest in the first. Works with a runner in scoring position. Gonzalez towing the slab. Gets ready to face the left-handed hitting tall Burl Dixon. Yohan sets and lets it fly out of the stretch. Dipping below the zone on the breaker. It's 1-0. You know, it's really hot again tonight. Thankfully, tomorrow, the heat gets a little better. Just a high of 88. It's been a high of in the high 90s most of the week as that pitch falls in for a strike, 1-1. Then this weekend, 82, 84, 86. Next week, it slowly builds back up to 90, but we'll enjoy a solid week or so of the mid-80s. 1-1 pitch in the dirt, 2-1. Hopefully in Florence we have the same weather. That's what I would hope. In case you're unaware, the Evansville team traveling to Florence, Kentucky this weekend after the conclusion of this series against Lake Erie as the 2-1. In there for a strike, 2-2. Would you call this a 4-game series or 3-game series?
Stats technically show 3-game series.
There we go. That's what we'll call
It's a 3-game series with a fun little extra 10th inning in there.
it. Fun extra innings action. The 2-2. Swung on soft dribbler back to the mound. Fielding Gonzalez flips over to first in time easily, out number 3. So we end the top half of the fourth. Score stays 1-0. Lake Erie in front. We go to the bottom half here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Bottom half of the fourth inning, Anthony Escobar looking to continue his dominant outing. He has 7 strikeouts. Through 3 innings, he will face Keenan Taylor, J.J. Cruz, Jared Campbell here in the bottom half of the fourth. So we'll see if this Evansville team is finally able to break through. They had an opportunity back in the second, just weren't able to capitalize.
Yeah, and you look at that, and you also look at the fact they've forced him to throw 55 pitches through the first 3 innings. So you are making him work at the very least. You've got 3 hits on him, a walk, but man, it just feels like you have some of those opportunities, and if you didn't take care of it then, are you really going to get another big opportunity now?
Keenan Taylor takes strike 1 on a fastball around the letters area, called a strike, 0-1. Taylor got a single in that second inning. He's 1 for 1 as the pitch is swung on and popped up first base side, and Quinn will let it fall up and out of play. And overhead foul ball brought to you by Ed's Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it.
And never regret it, like Mary.
0-2 the count now after a brief interruption in our programming by Hetz Construction. Escobar, the right-hander, with a deep breath, begins the windup, steps back, kicks, delivers. Called strike 3, fastball outer half. 8th strikeout for Anthony Escobar here tonight. 5th looking.
It's another one of those that when you have 2 strikes, you got to be able to battle it off. But, earlier, Pierce takes one of those out there that is called a ball. Now it's called a strike. But either way, it's always a tough take when it's that close. And obviously right there, it was given to Escobar, and just got to try to battle in those counts.
J.J. Cruz swung on, soft liner, looper into right. That's going to drop down past the reaching glove of the second baseman, Davey Morgan. Sometimes you just need breaks to go your way. That's what just happened for J.J. Cruz, a 1-out base runner.
Left fielder, number 11, Jared Campbell.
Now Jared Campbell struck out in his first ever professional plate appearance in the second inning. We'll see how he does here. Has a runner on. Escobar just attacked him with fastballs the first time he saw Campbell. First pitch of this AB is a fastball, but low. 1 ball, no strikes. Cruz has not been a threat to steal this year over at first, so wouldn't expect one. 1-0 the count, 1-0 Lake Erie, bottom of the fourth. Escobar with the pitch. Swung on, grounder, through, past the diving glove of Irizarry into left. Someone collect that baseball. First professional hit for Jared Campbell. Congratulations to you.
His first professional base hit.
Now runners on first and second for Crix Tavares, who is also looking for that first professional hit.
Right now would be a great time to get it.
Crix Tavares.
Tavares didn't work a walk. He got hit by a pitch in the second inning. Now runner in scoring position for him, and J.J. Cruz over at first, his teammate during college ball, and Jared Campbell. First pitch to the shortstop from Escobar out of the stretch is taken for a strike on the inner half. Fastball, 0-1. Just seems like Evansville has not been able to break through in these type of situations. It's kind of been a year-long thing where in big spots, it's just been so hard for these Otters to get big hits as the 0-1. Swung on, fouled right back, 0-2. But you would really like to score here in this situation. Now the second time you've gotten Escobar into some trouble with less than 2 outs. The right-hander agrees, sets, and the 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Back pick to first, not nearly in time. 3 straight fastballs and 3 straight strikes. 9 strikeouts in total now for Escobar, and it brings up Dennis Pierce.
Second big spot of the night for Pierce here. Struck out swinging with the bases loaded. Now you really like for him to try to break through here. A base hit probably scores Cruz. Try to float something into the outfield, just find some green grass and tie this game up.
First pitch to Pierce is left outside, 1-0. Pierce has struck out twice, once looking, once swinging. On first is Campbell, on second, J.J. Cruz. Bottom of the fourth, the pitch. Swung on, chopper to third, fielded by Irizarry. Easy throw to second's going to be in time for out number 3. So again, Anthony Escobar gets out of a sticky situation. We go to the 5th, 1-0 Lake Erie here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Time for the Buffalo Wild Wings 5th inning. Bottomless apps are now here. Dine-in only. Visit either Evansville location, 5405 Pearl Drive or 715 North Green River Road for details. Yohan Gonzalez back on the mound here in the 5th inning. It'll be Sam Franco, Jaden Quinn, Scout Knotts, 2, 3, and 4. Due up to face Yohan Gonzalez. Gonzalez, boy, he's been sharp. Even though he's given up 1 run, has only allowed 3 hits as the pitch to Franco Inside, beamed him right in the middle of the back. So, third total hit by pitch we've seen tonight. As Sam Franco reaches, bringing up Jaden Quinn. Seems like kind of the opposite of what we saw in Lake Erie between these two. Both of them still pitching very well, but now Lake Erie the one that gets in front. Here's the first pitch to Franco. That one dips below the zone on the curve. It's 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously Young given up one run. Esquire hasn't given up any. But it's been a lot different in the sense of they've had to work through a lot of traffic. You know, in Lake Erie, it felt like they were doing a good job keeping runners off for the most part. Here tonight, it's been a lot of really tight innings. I mean, each pitcher has given up at least one base runner per inning, and they've had to strand a base runner per inning. And Escobar stranded the bases loaded in an inning. He stranded runners at first and second last inning. So it's been a lot of work for both sides, but you know, this is what good pitchers do. They work through trouble.
The pitch is checked on, but a strike anyway. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. Top of the 5th. 1-0 Lake Erie. They do have a runner on first. Gonzalez out of the stretch delivers the 2-1 to Quinn, who takes it low. Same spot as the last one, but called a ball. 3-1. Infield double play depth, outfield straight up. 3-1 the count, here it is. Swung on and missed way out in front of the 75-mile-per-hour curve. Counts full.
Really fooled him on that one. He was not ready for that at all.
Wind stagnant here at Bosse Field tonight on a hot, humid Wednesday. The 3-2. Down and in, missed. Couldn't get a chase on the back foot slider. So 2 straight reach via the free pass to begin this Buffalo Wild Wings 5th inning. And now it'll be Scout Knotts.
34, Scout Knotts.
Knotts has yet to collect a hit this series. Well, I say that, and his first pitch, he's going to get a knock. Hopefully I didn't just jinx. As the first pitch to Knotts. Squares around, pulls back, takes ball 1. He did a reach via the hit by pitch in the first. Got all the way to third, but was stranded there. That first inning, the only inning in which a run has been scored for either side, as the offering is down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Both pitchers doing a good job of working through traffic, as there hasn't not been traffic for either side. Both teams have had chances. 2-0 pitch. That one is in there. It's 2-1. No action, unsurprisingly, from either side here. Both going to roll their starters as long as they can, especially the way they've been pitching. 2 runners on, still nobody out here in the 5th for Lake Erie. Gonzalez out of the stretch. That one outside, 3 balls and 1 strike to Scout Knotts. Man, and when Gonzalez has gotten into trouble, it seems like it's been self-inflicted tonight. Other than that first inning. The 3-1. Swung on, grounded to third, fielded by Taylor. Steps on the bag at third. Goes to second, not going to be in time.
Catcher.
And there, maybe that's one where go to first, try and get the easier double play, but Knotts was busting it down the line. Did get 1 out, though, on the fielder's choice, 5 unassisted.
Yeah, it is one of those that you would rather him go to third there. Probably have a decent chance of getting knocked down the line, and all of a sudden you get 2 outs, but still a good play. It was a tough hop, good read by Keenan Taylor there to at least make the play at all.
Now here's Derek Vegas, the pitch. That one's in there for a strike on the change. It's 0-1. So runners still on first and second, but there is 1 gone now. Gonzalez looks back towards the second base bag, now in, and the pitch swung on and missed, way out in front, 0-2. Country night here at Bosse Field. We even got Evan wearing a cowboy hat. Somewhere. I saw him earlier. He's rocking it, as one would imagine. The pitch down and away, gets to the backstop. Both runners will advance 90 feet. And that one just slipping away from Gonzalez, and now instead of a double play in order, you have runners on second and third, only one away here in the fifth. This Otters team currently standing 15 games out of first place at 24 and 43 against this first place Lake Erie team as the 1-2. Swung on, soft tapper right past the plate, and is going to be called foul by Dalton Phillips. Oh, and here comes Andy McCauley immediately out of the dugout.
I mean, he called it a foul ball after it hit Vegas, but he was in fair territory when it hit him.
Yep, I would. Yeah, I mean, and it's a weird one there, as you mentioned. Immediately, Phillips indicating foul, and obviously there's going to be some chirping from the Evansville side, even with Andy McCauley out there talking with Phillips. Logan Brown was up immediately trying to protest. McCauley seems to be okay with the answer he got as he's going back to the dugout. So Derek Vegas will continue as at bat count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gonzalez sets out of the stretch. He works again. The 1-2 pitch. Cold strike 3, down and away, corner. Oh, what a big strikeout for Yohan Gonzalez. His 5th German-American Bank strikeout of the night. Now all of a sudden a good chance to get out of this. Davey Morgan stands in.
This is a great pitch. Perfectly dotting up the corner.
Morgan 0 for 2 on the night. The pitch. Up and in, had him leaning back, 1-0. Sun beginning to set, not fully set yet here in Bosse Field. Still blue skies as the 1-0. Swung on, fouled right back, 1-1. It's one thing I never miss in the winter, or I always miss in the winter, is longer days, the sun not setting till 8:15. Boy, when it gets into December and the sun's setting at 4 p.m., yikes. The pitch, high, 2-1. I'm not a night owl, that's for sure. Sun goes down, I'm tired. I'm ready for a nap.
That's fair. That's fair. Someone say I do my best work after the sun goes down.
The 2-1, up high, 3-1. Some would say everything gets hotter when the sun goes down. Country song, country night.
Yeah, I didn't pick that up.
Didn't pick that one up?
No, I didn't pick that one up.
Man. I thought I made a good one there.
Oh, you might have.
I was on theme.
Wrong person.
The 3-1 swung on and fouled back. 3-2 now.
I've got maybe 3 songs in my back pocket that are country.
I mean, it's a good song. Kenny Chesney? I mean, come on now. Oh, well.
I'm not saying it's not a good song. I just don't know it.
The payoff. Inside ball 4. Bases are going to be loaded. Well, at least now you know a song to listen to in your off time. Maybe they'll play it in the ballpark tonight. Country night.
You should ask.
I should ask. Ask our resident DJ, Zane Clodfelter, as Max Peterson comes out to the mound to talk to his pitcher and Yohan Gonzalez. Bases loaded, top 5, 2 outs, 1-0 Lake Erie. What are country songs you know? If you were to really think about this.
There aren't many.
Aren't many?
There aren't many.
Name drop a couple.
There's a Florida Georgia Line song that we played a lot when I was in 8th grade.
Oof. Florida, Georgia.
But I can't remember what it was called.
May We All? Maybe?
No.
That one's with Tim McGraw. Oh my gosh. First, I am blanking on Florida Georgia Line. Florida Georgia line. Let's see here. I'm just going to start naming off songs. This is how we roll.
No.
Cruise.
Probably not.
Holy.
Definitely not that one.
Round here.
No, it's not that one. It might be Cruise, honestly. I can't remember. I don't even know if I would know
Get
the
your
name
shine
of it.
on. First pitch to Watkins. In there for a strike, 0-1. I mean, I'm just going to start naming them. Y'all boys?
Yeah, I don't think I remember the name.
The 0-1 is outside 1-1.
If you can't tell, not a big country music guy.
Don't listen to country music often?
Almost never unless I'm with other people.
Or you're here at Bossy Field tonight.
Well, I don't really listen. It just kind of is going on in the background.
The 1-1 high pop-up should be playable. L.J. Jones in foul territory takes the hat off and makes the catch. Well, the out is made and Yoan's out of it. Thankfully, the Crushers strand the bases loaded here in the fifth. We go to the bottom half here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community.
Bottom half of this Buffalo Wild Wings fifth inning. It's time for Buffalo Wild Wings fifth inning. Bottomless apps are now here. Dine in only. Visit either Evansville location, 5405 Pearl Drive or 715 North Green River Road for details. Again, fifth inning, having that read in the middle of the game just makes me want Buffalo Wild Wings, man.
Not gonna lie.
Makes me want B-Dubs.
In this game especially, it makes me hungry for some runs.
Let's get some runs.
I mean, the Otters stranded 7 runners so far.
Center fielder, number 20.
On the other end, Yoan stranded 9 runners. A lot of runners have been on base, but only one's come around to score so far.
Here's Graham Brown, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop-out. Homered last night. First pitch that he sees is a fastball taken for a strike. 0-1. And again, I know that trying to be patient, run this guy's pitch count up, but at this point, as the 0-1 pitch, outside, it's 1-1. You would think that you've seen enough to where he's attacking the strike zone early enough in counts that you can be aggressive. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and he popped him up. Should be playable on the infield for second baseman Davey Morgan, who camps under it and makes the play, 1 away.
Boss covers a wide range of costs to make wrestling accessible to as many young athletes as possible. These expenses include wrestling equipment and uniforms.
Here's now JT Benson. Benson is 0 for 1, walked in the first, struck out. He was the 7th strikeout victim in the third inning.
JT Benson.
He's a guy that all year has been so good offensively, one of 6 different Otters with 8 or more homers on the year. OPS of 885 as the pitch. Checked his swing down and away. Did go around, says Brendan Boucher over at first. Goodness. I mean, that one won the count.
I don't know about that one, sir.
Man. Pitch from Escobar. Swung on, fouled right back, 0-2. And it always feels like this when teams are struggling, but Seems like almost every break goes against the Otters these days. But then again, when you're winning, it feels like everything is going your way. As the 0-2 swung on, soft tapper to the third, but wide of the bag as Irizarry lets it go foul. 0-2 still. One of those things about baseball. One of those things about a long baseball season as well is high highs, very low lows. Here's the 0-2 again to the Otters right fielder and JT Benson. Down and away in the dirt, bounced about 6 inches in front of the plate, 1-2. Escobar has been about as sharp as we've seen him this year, at least against the Otters. There's a reason he was the leading vote getter. He's showing it tonight. The pitch. Swung on, hard line drive, left center field. That's going to drop down for a knock. Benson taking the hard turner at first. He's going to hustle into second. Never mind. He turns around wisely as another great throw from Burl Dixon. Cuts him off and leaves him to just a single. L.J. Jones now bats.
The first baseman, number 20, L.J. Jones.
L.J. is 1 for 2. Singled 2 innings ago in the third. Righty-righty matchup, infield straight up, same with the outfield. As the pitch is taken high on the fastball, it's 1 ball and no strikes. Evansville has out-hit Lake Erie to the tune of 6-3, but trails 1-0 here in the 5th. 1-0 now. That one just missing down and away, 2-0. So another opportunity here. We'll see if Benson decides to steal. Again, Vegas, a guy that, when tested, has only thrown out 15% of runners this season. When you're struggling, it's the pitch. In there for a strike, 2-1. Got to find runs any way you can. Obviously, you don't want to run into a 2-out situation, but got to take chances in ball games like this against a pitcher like this. The 2-1 offering from Escobar to Jones. Swung on, hard line drive into left. Back on it is Alexander, makes the catch. That ball was hit on a rope. 106 off the bat from LJ, but right at Sebastian over in left field. 2 away.
Been a lot of bad luck for LJ Jones. He hit the ball hard a ton, but said a lot of those have just ended up going right at the defenders. Unfortunate for Evansville there. Escobar catches a break.
Now Logan Brown, left-handed hitter, 1 for 2. Slight pull shift on him. The pitch. Swung on, hit on in the air the opposite way into left. Back on it, Alexander, nearing the track, nearing the wall, making the catch, out number 3. So 2 balls that were struck well, but right out Sebastian Alexander over and left. Ends the 5th inning. We go to the 6th. 1-0 Lake Erie here on 96.9 WYR and the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Back here, top of the sixth, Yohan Gonzalez still on the mound here in the sixth inning. We said before the game, if he gets to this point, he's giving this team a chance, and I think he's given this team more than a chance tonight. He's only allowed a 1 run through 5 and has looked great. He faces 8-9-1 here in the sixth. Just what a great performance here from Yohan Gonzalez here tonight. Another great performance to really just continue to say he has transitioned into one of the best options for Evansville in the rotation as the first pitch to Alexander beams him. So another hit by pitch. Second inning in a row that it begins like that. Fourth hit by pitch of the night total for Yohan.
It's just been an off-missed pitch here and there that he's hit these batters. It's really been a weird thing.
So now Kenan Irizarry, the pitch, up and away, 1-0.
He's done a good job at working around a lot of traffic so far. And there are some nights you just don't have your best stuff, and sometimes you're just, you're not gripping the ball as well. But he's done a good job at working around it and keeping Evansville in this game, and that's what good pitchers do. Even on off nights, they still keep their team in games.
1-0 pitch. Swung on, line drive, right center field. That's going to drop down for a hit. Cut off by Benson. Heading to third is Alexander. He'll get there standing. Runners at the corners, nobody gone here at top 6.
The Hoosier Lottery.
Brings up Burl Dixon.
Center fielder, 12.
There is action brewing in the Evansville pen, and they're getting loose quickly. Nolan Thebe currently out and loosening. Meeting between Logan Brown and Yohan on the bump. On first stands Irizarry. On third, Sebastian Alexander. Nobody out. Top 6, 1-0 Lake Erie. And again, the way Escobar's pitching, another situation where if Lake Erie scores 2, it just feels monumental at this point in the ball game, the way that this Lake Erie staff is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even just Escobar. Evansville's done a relatively good job against Escobar. They just haven't been able to push any runs across. They've struck out a lot, obviously, but they've gotten a ton of runners on and some big opportunities. But then you think about the back end of this bullpen with Sittinger and Mike Brewer, and that task becomes even taller if they add any runs here in this inning.
Gonzalez steps off, drops the baseball, and steps back on. First disengagement for him. As the pitch to Dixon. Swung on, grounder past the outstretched glove of L.J. Jones. That'll score 1. On his way to third, hustling is Irizarry. The throw-in from Benson is non-competitive. So they all trade places. 2-0 Lake Erie on the RBI single from Dixon. This is the third time through. Sabermetrics say that this is very hitter-friendly, and here comes Max Peterson to the bump. Gonzalez pitching into the 6th. Looks like that'll likely be it for him with Thebe warming up. Infield comes in, and that will do it. Nolan Thebe will enter. Yohan Gonzalez exits here in the top of the 6th. 2 runners on, 2-0 Lake Erie. You're listening on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
Nolan Thebe is in to pitch for Yohan Gonzalez. Yohan goes 5+, giving up 5 hits, walking 4, striking out 5. The line is not done for him as he is responsible for both the runners on first and third, but as of now has only given up 2 runs. And again, you mentioned it. Didn't have his best stuff, but he came out here and he gave this ball club more than a chance to win this game.
Yeah, and he did a great job at doing that. And again, he's shown what he can be. And this is just one of those nights where he didn't have his best stuff, but worked around a lot of the trouble, stranded a lot of batters. Unfortunately, as you mentioned, third time through the lineup, they started to really get to him. So kind of hope Thebe can come in here and limit the damage and keep Evansville in this ball game if he can. Try to keep Gonzalez's outing to just 2 earned runs. Thebe's been good this year. Hopefully he can keep it up here.
Thebe has been good to the tune of a 2.96 ERA, so definitely one of the higher leverage guys in this bullpen and comes in a really big spot, even though it is only the top of the 6th. The first pitch into Sam Franco is a strike, 0-1. On first stands Burl Dixon. On third, Kenan Irizarry. 2-0 Lake Erie, top 6. Thebe sets, hands just above the belt. Fires. In there, 0-2. Still nobody out here in the inning. It's going to be a tall task to get out of this one without allowing another run, but if you head to the bottom of the 6th, with it only being 3-0, that sounds like a win, and if there's only 2-0 still, that is monumental. The 0-2 pitch. Inside, Logan Brown thought about a snap throw to first, but the ball popped out of his bare hand on the transition. 1-2 the count. A ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Here it is from Thebe. Swung on, broken bat, pop-up. Right side, under it, J.J. Cruz. 1 gone. Now Jaden Quinn.
First baseman, 19, Jaden Quinn.
Now you just need a rollover.
Quinn, a guy who strikes out a lot as well. Get a strikeout or get a ground ball here. Just get out of the inning.
The pitch, a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. He has walked twice tonight. Nothing in 1 pitch now. Up and away. Throw down to second, not in time. Cut off. Throw to home as the double steal will not work. Ball gets away. And the run scores. 3-0 Lake Erie. And the runner takes second as well. Double play gone, and another runner in scoring position after the stolen base. 3-0 the score.
And
That run being accounted to Yohan.
That play worked for Evansville. They had the play at the plate, just Logan Brown couldn't hold on.
1-1 in. 2-1 missed inside. Just another one of these frustrating nights for the Otters team. Again, in July, it's been rough as the 2-1 offering from Thebe. Just missing down and away. 3-1. I mean, in July, just 3-19. And at home, where they usually have been so good, 0-7. 3-1 pitch now. Missing down low, ball 4. So Jaden Quinn walks for the 3rd time tonight.
Designated hitter, 34, Scout Knotts.
Bringing up Scout Knotts. Knotts is 0 for 2, hit by a pitch, a fielder's choice, and a pop out. First one he sees is a strike. The Otters have done a good job against this guy so far this series. I mean, we are only halfway through it, but still. The 0-1. Swung on, popped up foul, 0-2. Thebe trying to settle in here. Again, we've seen him be so good in the past. You just hope he's able to take a deep breath here and get through these next couple of batters, keeping the score where it is at 3-0. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, grounded to short. Charging Tavares. Goes to second for 1. The throw to first, not in time. So another fielder's choice, but they do get the second out.
4, Derek Vegas.
Derek Vegas now bats. Burrow Dixon to third. Runners to the corners, 2 away. Top 6. Vegas has struck out twice, 1 for 3. The pitch. Inside, a ball and no strikes. The next one in from Thebe to the Crushers' backstop is low, 2-0. Tomorrow, a thirsty Thursday here in Evansville. 6:35 will be that start. 2-0 pitch. 3-0, missed low again. Then a short road trip this weekend before being back on August 5th, 6th, and 7th. Three and 0, here it is. Swung on, popped up, and foul. 3-1. That home series will be against the New York Boulders of, guess where?
Mississippi.
Close. New York.
Oh, I should have known that. Talk about the Boulders. They've really come on strong. They've taken the lead of their division. One that really looked like it was Sussex County's all the way.
The 3-1. Swung on and missed, 3-2. Yeah, they've been a really hot team as of late. They are falling to Tri-City currently 6-5, top of the 9th. The payoff pitch. Ball 4, missed low. So Bates is now loaded for Davey Morgan. Evansville just seems like they can't get out of innings right now. They've only allowed 5 hits, which, with as much traffic as has been on the bases, sounds like a miracle. First pitch to Morgan. In there for a strike, 0-1. But Lake Erie has just found a way to continually put pressure on these Otters pitchers, making them pitch out of the stretch.
Well, it's 6 walks, 4 hit by batters, or hit by pitches, so they've gotten a ton of free passes.
The 0-1 misses low, 1-1. To this point, as the 1-1 pitch swung on, fouled back, 1-2. The Crushers have stranded 9 runners on base tonight, and so that goes to show the success they've had at getting runners on. Evansville has stranded 8 as well, so both teams have had chances. Lake Erie has just been able to capitalize more often. They lead it 3-0. The 1-2. Checked his swing. Did he go around? They don't even appeal. Okay. 2-2 now the count. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs already in the inning. Here it is from Phoebe to Morgan. Swung on, popped up, foul, overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Heads Construction, choose the best, never regret it.
Choose the best, never regret it.
Never regret it. No, they say never, but in this case, it is never. Here's the 2-2 from Phoebe out of the stretch. Called strike 3, down and away, corner.
That's it.
German-American bank strikeout for Nolan Thebe, his first. The Crushers scored 2 on a couple of hits. They stray and the bases loaded. We now go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-0 Lake Erie here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Time for the bottom of the 6th inning. Anthony Escobar still out there. Why wouldn't he be? He's been really good so far here. And this one, he will face Keenan Taylor, J.J. Cruz, and Jared Campbell, the 3-2 up. Excuse me. Yes, it is those 3. Man, I'm losing my mind up here, it feels like. We'll see if the Otters are able to get something going here in the bottom of the 6th. 3-0 the score in favor of Lake Erie. The batter, Keenan Taylor, is 1 for 2. He singled back in the third one of 6 Otters hits here tonight. Again, if there's a point where you want the Otters to get something going, it's right here, right now. You do not want to wait for this bullpen to get in the ballgame.
They've had opportunities. They just haven't been able to get that big hit.
First pitch to Taylor is a strike up and in corner, 0-1. Nothing in 1 now from Escobar. Outside to the backstop, 1 ball, 1 strike. You're right. I mean, Escobar, he hasn't had his A-plus stuff, really. He has a lot of strikeouts, a lot of them looking, and a lot of them were on fastballs that were very hittable. But the Otters just haven't been able to capitalize as the 1-1 swung on and missed, 1-2. And that's not to say that Escobar hasn't been good. He has been. There's a reason he's putting up zeros. He's one of the best pitchers in this league. But, man, when you have 8 base runners against a guy like this and you strand all 8 of them, it's just a hard pill to swallow because this guy doesn't give up a ton of base runners, period. The 1-2. Swung on, popped up, foul, right side. Count stays.
Well, it's the same thing we said about Yohan Gonzalez. Sometimes you don't have your best stuff and you have to work around traffic. That's what he's done tonight. That's what Escobar's done tonight. And good pitchers work around it. By the way, after that, Taylor looking a little gimpy around the batter's circle is now McCauley, and the trainer will come look at him.
Just making sure that he's all right. He gave Andy the thumbs up. Athletic trainer out talking to him, and he says he's good, so we'll resume with Keenan Taylor in the ball game. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, bottom 6.
And again, for Escobar, coming off a start where he gave up 7 runs in 5 innings. Been a good bounce back for him, even if it has been through a lot of traffic.
The 1-2. Swung on, punched the opposite way, foul, slicing down the right side.
That overhead foul ball brought to you by.
So 1-2 it stays. We look around the Frontier League tonight. Windy City over Florence, 3-2. Brockton over Down East, 5-1. As now the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fought off, foul, but probably playable. Quinn over to it near the wall, but it drifts out of play. Count stays. Joliet beating Gateway again, 5-2. Washington over New Jersey in a slugfest, 10-8. Schaumburg getting beat by Mississippi, 10-5. New York, as mentioned, losing to Tri-City, 6-5. And Trois-Rivières destroying Sussex County, 10-2. Ottawa beating Quebec, 7-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, foul tipped right back to the screen. Count stays at 1-2.
Good battle here from Keenan Taylor. Spot off a couple of tough pitches. Trade deadline upcoming. Some trades happening in the major leagues.
Oof.
Just saw an interesting story. One of the players that the Cardinals got back from Ryan Helsley, Jesus Baez, standing on second base when he got traded. Had to get pulled into the dugout.
Huh. That's always a weird thing. And the day before, a couple days before the deadline, seeing guys leave, not knowing if they're getting traded or not. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, line drive into right. Pretty well hit. Back on it is Franco. Makes the catch just in front of the warning track. And every time a player gets pulled, it seems like at the end of July in the majors, everyone's wondering, is he traded? Did he go? Saw some premature rumors about Yohan Duran before he got dealt. About him yesterday giving hugs in the dugout. He did get dealt today just before their game, but still. Trade deadline's always a weird, fun time of year for baseball fans. First pitch to J.J. Cruz, squares around, pulls back, takes a strike. Especially for someone like me whose favorite player is apparently on the trade block. So, it's great.
Of the Otters' last 3 outs that they've recorded are all 3 on really hard hit balls to the outfield.
The 0-1. Swung on, comebacker. Look what I found. Anthony Escobar, a little knuckler line drive right back to him, and he snags it for out number 2.
That one was not.
No. I would not say that was well struck. It's like a soft game of catch out there. Here's Jared Campbell, collected his first professional hit in the 4th. So congrats to him. See if he can't get some 2-out sparks going. Escobar with the pitch. In there. 0-1 on the fastball. Nothing in 1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back, nothing in 2. Speaking of the majors, we take a look at some scores. Cardinals losing to the Marlins 2-0 again. Red Sox over the Twins 13-1 today. Cubs beating the Brewers 10-3. Guards over the Rockies 5-0. Royals beating the Braves in 10 innings 1-0. Oof. Here's the 0-2. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. For those interested in Reds around here, 2-2, bottom of the 8th, Dodgers and Reds tied.
Shohei Ohtani left early in his start in that game.
The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, jam shot, popped up. Foul territory and overhead. No red foul ball brought to you by Hedge Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. And that Shohei Ohtani exit was after 6 straight balls. So obvious, and it seemed like he was feeling some discomfort in that throwing elbow, which for a guy who's had, 2 Tommy Johns to this point, not great. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, down and away corner. Another strikeout looking for Anthony Escobar, his 10th total strikeout on the night. We go to the back third of this one, 3-0 Lake Erie here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
Otters call to the bullpen. A new pitcher for Evansville, Gunnar Dennis. Dennis on the mound, Logan Brown behind the plate. That pitcher and catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call 812-475-9000. Dennis, one of the two Ole Miss pitchers Evansville has signed. Him and Alex Canny both played for Ole Miss this season. Pitched to a 4.97 ERA, and hopefully he can bring some of that stuff here to Evansville.
Yeah, you really hope so, and they need it right now. They need guys to go in there and just put zeros on the board these last 3 innings, give your offense a chance to get back into this one.
Struck out 32 batters in 29 innings as a Rebel. Pitched, I mentioned 18 appearances, 29 innings pitched. So we'll get this inning underway, facing off against the left-handed hitting Jared Watkins. Here's the first pitch from Dennis. It's a fastball that finds its mark. He'll start ahead 0-1. A couple of subs for Evansville in this ballgame. Out in left, Mason White. Into center is Ellis Schwartz. They'll both enter in this game here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaker fouled off. And quickly he's ahead of Watkins 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Watkins. That one is fouled up and overhead. An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Count still 0-2. The next 0-2 pitch misses outside. Now it's 1-2. Dennis pitching in around 91, 92 miles per hour on his fastball. Delivered a good off-speed pitch so far in this at-bat. Now here's the 1-2 pitch. Another breaker. Checked his swing. Did not go, says the third base umpire. Counts 2-2. Just held up on that one. A long sweeper from Dennis. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaker misses high. Count runs full. So it's actually Keenan Taylor who's been taken into the game as Graham Brown moves to third base. So Ellis Schwartz will enter for Keenan Taylor. And it's Mason White in for Jared Campbell. Got him swinging on the curveball. German American Bank strikeout number 1 in the career for Gunnar Dennis. Save that baseball. And he's got the first out of the inning. I'm going on a fastball low and away. Next up is Sebastian Alexander. He's 0 for 3, 0 for 2, 0 for 1 actually. First pitch to him. Breaker finds its mark. He's ahead 0-1. Reached once on a hit by pitch, eventually came around to score on the Burl Dixon single. Sack bunt in the 4th inning, and then struck out swinging his first time up in the 2nd. 0-1 pitch, swung through that one. He's behind 0-2. It's been a really good start here for Dennis. He's been hitting the zone, shown to be able to control that curveball. Now he's got Alexander to an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That one is chopped foul off of Alexander, and we'll do it again.
That's what you like to see, someone go out there and attack the zone in a situation like this. You obviously want to get quick outs. Just anything you can do right now to give your team a little bit of momentum is huge.
And really, they've been trying to search for some potentially even high leverage bullpen arms that are reliable. And here's the 0-2 pitch to Alexander. That one bounces out in front of the plate. Counts now 1-2. Look like he tried to throw a changeup or something there. He just lost control of. Does have some starter experience in his career, but was used mostly as a reliever. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just stays high. It's 2-2. Alexander's quick start out of college with Lake Erie, entering with a 500 OBP. The 2-2 pitch. That one is fouled off. We'll do it again. It's a really big difference of speed. He throws fastball to 92, break in that sweeper down at 75, 74. And here's the next 2-2 pitch to Alexander. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Blew the fastball by him. Back-to-back German American Bank strikeouts for Gunnar Dennis, and there's 2 away.
Well, I'd say that's a pretty good start to your career right there. 2 straight strikeouts. And a chance to strike out the side against Irizarry. Obviously not a easy task tonight against the way the Crushers have been able to hit and score the past 2 nights.
Irizarry will step in. Reached a couple of times, once on a single, once on a walk. First pitch to him, finds the zone, and he jumps out in front of him 0-1. He's 1 for 2 on the game overall. So 1 pitch taken high, evens the count up at 1-1. Irizarry, his 3rd season here with Lake Erie after playing with them in 22 and 23. 1-1 pitch. That one misses outside, 2-1. Started the year with Quebec since has joined here with Lake Erie. Now the 2-1 pitch from Dennis. Chopper towards first, but it's going to go foul, and it's going to even the count up at 2-2. No action yet for the Crushers. Expect Esquire out there for the bottom half of this inning. 2-2 pitch misses low. Count's going to run full. Second time this inning. The Crushers have worked a full count. He's gotten a couple of strikeouts, but they've made him work for it.
They certainly have, and it's kind of what these guys have been doing all night, just really good at bats from Lake Erie.
The payoff pitch is fouled up and overhead for an overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
That's construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Zane really made us wait for it.
The anticipation was killing me.
Count still full. Here's the pitch from Dennis. That one is popped up. Shallow center field. It'll be Tavares that will camp under it. Now it's bringing him back into the infield, and he brings it in for out number 3. Bit of an adventure out there, but finds it. And that will do it here for the top of the 7th inning. Otters still trail by 3. It's time to stretch here in the ballpark. We'll let you join in on the fun as we sing the 7th inning stretch here at Bosse Field on the Otters Digital Network at 96.9 WYIR.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, and we'll root for the Otters. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Nicely done. Let's get some runs.
Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community.
Lake Erie called to the bullpen is Leonardo Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the mound, Vegas behind the plate. That pitcher and catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call 812-475-9000. Leonardo Rodriguez entering his 24th game at a 3.95 ERA, but really outside of a 4 outing streak where he gave up a run in each of those outings, didn't even go an inning in any of those outings. He has been mostly shut down this year. Since that outing on June 27th against Lake Erie, where he went a third of an inning and allowed a run, he's only allowed 1 run in his next outings. First one to face him is going to be Crix Tavares. First one to face Leonardo Rodriguez is going to be Crix Tavares. First pitch to him, misses low, and it'll be 1-0. Tavares is 0 for 1 this game. Strikeout swinging. This will have been hit by a pitch. 1-0 pitch, misses outside, 2-0. Rodriguez has walked 19 batters in 27 1/3 innings, but also struck out 25. When he's gotten in trouble, it's been with the walks. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one misses outside, counts 3-0. And Tavares would gladly take a walk here to start off this 7th inning. Otters trail 3-0. Still are out hitting Lake Erie. 3-0 pitch. Middle finds the zone. Counts 3-1. Rodriguez is really working quickly. He's not wasting any time. 3-1 pitch. Fouled off. Count runs full. It's the moment Tavares looks up. Rodriguez is going. Stands tall on the mound at 6'7", out of the Dominican Republic. Payoff pitch, swung on a missed strike 3 as Tavares launches his bat out to right field. Goes down swinging for the first out of the inning.
Well, I can safely say this is the first time we've seen that this season. Here.
Here, yes.
Here.
Happened once in Quebec as well.
Okay, who did it? Was it Quebec?
I believe it was J.J. Cruz.
Oh.
I could be wrong on that, though. I'm starting to blank on who it was. Next up is Dennis Pierce. Pitch misses high, ball 1.
First time I've seen it this season. How about that?
I do remember it was a lefty.
Okay.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Pierce. Fouls that one off. Counts can even up at 1-1. Pierce 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out. The 1-1 pitch. Broken bat, back up the middle, soft looper. Watkins going to charge it. He's not going to be able to handle it, and Pierce will reach with 1 away.
I would say that's a broken bat.
I think his bat shattered into 7 or 8 pieces.
Yeah, that was he got jammed there, I think. Just a little bit. It's kind of crazy.
93 mile per hour in on him. Only 46 off the bat, but say it sometimes, it's better to be lucky than good.
That bat died a hero, courtesy of Meanhouse number. The third baseman, number 24, Graham Brown.
Hey, that's only for the other team's bat breaking, not
True.
for ours.
Not for us.
Zane doesn't care. He doesn't get to use that very often. Next up's Graham Brown. First pitch to him is chopped towards third. Brought in by Irizarry. Throw to second. In time for one. Throw to first is in time, and a killer of a double play. The Otters get a runner on and immediately get rid of it with a double play from Graham Brown. So they get a hit, but do nothing with it. We head to the eighth. Otters still trail by 3 on the Otters Digital Network at 96.9 WYIR.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org. Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome.
Otters called to the bullpen is Alex Canny. He's making his first professional appearance as well. Canny on the mound, behind the plate, Logan Brown. That pitcher and catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call 812-475-9000. Alex Canny replacing another Rebel with a Rebel himself. Played a season at Ole Miss after spending 3 years at the University of Tampa, where he was a 2024 Division II national champion. He also was named to the All-Tournament team. He was a D2 All-American. During his 3 years with Tampa, he pitched to a 2.68 ERA and 38 starts and 48 appearances. With Ole Miss as a reliever, made 15 appearances, pitched to a 5.09 ERA, had a 3.6 ERA entering his May 15th outing. Struggled a little bit down the stretch, but here with Evansville trying to find a spot in the rotation. He'll face Burl Dixon to start this inning. First pitch to him misses outside, ball one.
And hopefully he's able to come in here and provide a good inning, or maybe even two, depending on how he looks in this one.
The 1-0 pitch to Dixon. That one is fouled up and overhead. An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Counts at 1-1. A lot of change with the arms and the bullpen and within the rotation. Canny, one of the guys they're bringing in, hoping to spark this team on this side of the ball. 1-1 pitch. Misses just outside, 2-1.
And it always feels like you get guys that, especially at the latter half of the year, that are coming off those college seasons, maybe played a summer ball somewhere.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one is lined in deep left center field. It'll be Mason White who will find his way under it and bring it in for out number one. Has gotten a little bit off the end of the bat to Dixon there. And with one away, it'll be up to Sam Franco.
Right fielder 6, Sam Franco.
With Tampa, he wasn't a big strikeout guy, just an 8.4 K per 9 rate, but only walked 1.8 during his senior season. In Mississippi, much smaller sample size, but had an 11.2 K per 9 rate, but his walks did raise up to 5.1. Again, that was a different role as a reliever, a much smaller sample size. First pitch, swinging for Franco. Another one off the end of the bat. And White will find his way under again for out number 2. Doing a good job at keeping these batters off balance. Both of those weren't exactly not well hit, but they're both at the end of the bat, and fairly easy place for Mason White out in left field.
Yeah, and good sequencing so far right there. It was down and away. Perfect pitch if you're going to throw something like that. Spinner down there, so liking what we're seeing so far with the first 2 batters.
Next up is Jaden Quinn with 2 away. He's walked 3 times in this game. First pitch misses for ball 1. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Since then, he's walked 3 straight times. He's been stranded twice, and he's been eliminated on a fielder's choice. Otters trail 3-0. Both teams have had to work around some traffic as the 1-0 pitch misses 2-0. 1 run in the very first inning for Lake Erie. They put up 2 more runs against Yolan Gonzalez in the 6th. But other than that, they've been held silent. Otters out hitting them 7-5. It's been the free passes tonight that has bit Evansville. 2-0 pitch. That one misses low. Now it's 3-0. On the game, 6 walks, 4 hit by pitch for Evansville. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Quinn. Takes that one outside, ball for his 4th walk of the game. Must be boring for him.
Yeah, well, I'm sure his on-base percentage will like it. His ego maybe not so much, but
He's one of those guys very much like Kyle Schwarber, 3 outcome type of guy. A 231 batting average entering this game and almost a 400 OBP. Now it's Scout Knotts. First pitch to him misses inside ball 1. It's 5 straight that have missed the plate for Alex Canny. Trying to find the zone. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Canny into Knotts. Misses low, 2-0. 6 straight now. Otters have 6 outs to work with to score 3 runs, but first they got to keep that deficit where it's at. 2-0 pitch. That one misses outside, 3-0. So after getting the first 2 batters fairly easily, Canny starting to struggle to find the zone here. 3-0 pitch, 2 Knotts. Back in the zone finally. Back in the count at 3-1 now. Takes a look at first, now comes set. Quinn leads off first base. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's chopped towards third. It's going to go just foul. Brown was able to snag it, but would have been a very tough play at first base.
yeah, certainly would have. And now all of a sudden, if you're Canny, you're right back into the count. So just go up here, attack this guy at Knotts, get this 3rd out.
Quinn will get a head start with the count full and 2 away. Canny comes set, delivers the payoff pitch, misses ball 4, gets past Logan Brown, but he will get it back in time, so Quinn's not going to try to advance to third base. Back-to-back walks for Canny. Now 8 walks in the game for Evansville.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Pinch runner at first base for the Lake Erie Crushers, 25, Dario Gomez.
A pinch runner over at first base, Dario Gomez. The usual center fielder who got the night off will inherit the DH spot and pinch run with 2 away here just to save their hitter Knotts. The 8 walks has tied a season high for Evansville. They set that back on June 7th against Washington. First pitch to Vegas. Front door breaker finds its mark. Jumps ahead of Vegas 0-1. At this point, again, debut, you just want to kind of rust off those nerves. And you walked a couple of batters, but you just got to bounce back and kind of break out of that. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's on the ground towards short. Tavares takes it in. He'll go to second base. In the dirt, it's in time. Just beats the runner Gomez at second base. And the Otters are out of the inning. Couple of runners reach, but no one scores off of Canny. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Otters still trail by 3 here in the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WYIR.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
We head to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Bosse Field. Evansville trails 3-0. They have not been able to score a run. And so far through the first 14 innings of the series, they've scored 1 run on a solo shot. Tonight, however, they've had runners on. They've had opportunities. They've stranded a ton of runners, just haven't been able to push anyone across. And it has been, and we talked about it, you had opportunities at the early part of this game. You really needed to take advantage of it, didn't. And now this bullpen that has been so good for Lake Erie this year, especially in the month of July, it's going to be even harder to try to get those runs now. It'll be JT Benson to lead off this inning. He is 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. First pitch from misses inside, ball 1. Rodriguez in his second inning of work. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Benson. Swinging foul ball. Counts evened up at 1-1. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, 6 outs to get 3 runs at least. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Benson. Takes that one inside, ball 2. Again, this guy can give up runs. He's done it before and went through a bad stretch at the end of May into the early part of June. Did miss some time with some injury, and since he's been back, he has been almost unhittable. We got a pitch clock violation on Rodriguez, and immediately the manager Lemieux is going to jump out because he thought he was talking about JT Benson stepping out. Count's going to be 3-1 for JT Benson. It's tough to tell if Rodriguez was even on the rubber. I think Benson thought he stepped off, so he stepped out. Lemieux will go back to his dugout. Not satisfied with the explanation, but it is what it is. Now the count's 3-1 to Benson. Rodriguez sets, delivers. That one is a high pop-up into shallow left field. It'll be Watkins who is able to camp under it and bring it in for out number 1. So a lot of theatrics for nothing.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
So there's one away for LJ Jones.
Now, I mean, you got to find a way to fight here. You have to. You have to find a way to try and get something going.
First pitch misses inside, ball 1.
It's so disheartening. These past 2 days have been, and just haven't gotten anything going. Yesterday it was early.
1-0, that one's driven deep into left, but it's off the end of the bat, sinking in front of Alexander, but he's able to get under it and bring in for out number 2.
Just feels like right now this offense it's just not clicking. It's just not clicking the way we've seen it click in the past.
And it's kind of just been the way Lake Erie's played all year.
Yep.
Last now 4 games, including this game now 5. Scored 4 total runs. Yeah, 4 total runs. First pitch to Logan Brown. Called a strike one at the outside corner. It's 0-1. Scored 1 run in the opener. Thankfully, it's all Evansville needed. 0-1 pitch. That one misses outside, now 1-1. Scored 2 in game 2, 1 in game 3. And the first game last night, only a 7-inning game, but only scored 1 run on the Graham Brown solo shot. 1-1 pitch. That's on a high chopper towards first. Quinn will snag it and take it himself to first for out number 3. So the Otters still trail by 3 as we head to the 9th inning here on the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WYIR.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com.
Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
We head to the 9th inning. Alex Candy out there for his 2nd inning of work. Got a couple of quick outs, dealt with some control issues, but got out of the inning. Didn't give up any runs. And he will face Davey Morgan to lead off this 9th inning. I'm going to take a guess and say it's Mike Brewer out there warming up in the bullpen for Lake Erie, their closer. First pitch to Morgan, misses outside, ball 1. Evansville this year, in that May 25th game, did get to Mike Brewer for a couple of runs. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Morgan. Front door breaker. Doesn't break enough. He'll start behind 2-0. Canny pitching from the stretch, comes set, now delivers the 2-0 pitch. Breaker inside, and it hit him, the 5th batter Evansville's hit tonight. And a leadoff base runner for Lake Erie here in the 9th.
And obviously it's not on purpose, but when you're Lake Erie right now and you have had 5 guys get hit, it starts to get frustrating, and you saw the frustration there from Morgan slamming the bat down. And again, nothing intentional, but it's hard not to feel attacked when you've been hit 5 times in a ball game.
Next will be Jared Watkins. First pitch to him, misses low, ball 1. And first 4 pitches in this inning for Canny have missed the zone. Counts 1-0 to Watkins. Comes set, delivers. That one finds its mark just at the knees, now 1-1. There was a game earlier this year in Mississippi the first time where Evansville did hit 5 batters in that game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Squares around a bunt, but fouls it off into the Lake Erie dugout. Counts now 1-2. And again, even through all of this traffic that Lake Erie has spawned, 5 batters hit, 8 walks on the night, 5 hits of their own, only 3 runs scored. Counts 1-2 to Watkins. Canny sets, delivers. breaker just fouled off. We'll do 1 and 2 again. To open the ninth is Ellis Schwartz, J.J. Cruz, and Mason White. There'll be 3 lefties, assumedly at this point, assuming the lead stays at 3, to face Brewer. 1-2 pitch, just misses outside, 2 and 2. The Otters do have some action up in their own bullpen. I believe it's Nick McAuliffe out there. Counts 2 and 2. Canny comes set and delivers. Called strike 3 at the knees. German American Bank strikeout number 1 in his career for Alex Canny. There is 1 away.
That's a German American Bank strikeout. Left fielder 10, Sebastian Alexander.
So with 1 away, it'll be up to Sebastian Alexander. Doesn't have a hit, but he's reached once on a hit by pitch. He struck out twice, and he's laid down a sac bunt. So he's 0 for 2. First pitch to him misses low for ball 1. Canny's been working from behind a lot in this outing. Just the 1-0 pitch to Alexander. That one on the ground towards third, but foul, and the count will even up at 1 and 1. Evansville's been held scoreless outside of 1 home run from Graham Brown this entire series. There's the 1-1 pitch. That one is fouled back. Now it's 1 and 2. Got Alexander to 2 strikes, trying to keep this deficit where it's at for Evansville, is Canny, making his professional debut. He followed his former teammate, Gunnar Dennis. And here's the 1-2 pitch to Alexander. Checked his swing, missed outside, 2 and 2. Alexander, just his 6th game as a professional. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging on the off speed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Alex Canny. German American Bank strikeout number 2 for him, and there's 2 away. Reach to the 9-0 hitter, Kenan Irizarry. Reached twice, a single and a walk. He's also popped out twice. Once to second and once to short. Candy sets, delivers. First pitch finds its mark on the outside corner. Jumps out in front of Irizarry 0-1. Irizarry, the left-handed hitting third baseman. Waits the 0-1 pitch, swings at that one, fouls it up and overhead. An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Counts 0-2 to Irizarry. So after allowing the first base runner to reach and falling behind early in the next batter, great bounce back here from Canny in this inning. He's got Irizarry at 0-2. Here's the pitch. Chopper towards first, but foul. We'll do it again. Good pitch there. Fooled Irizarry, but Irizarry just able to get a bat on it. It's Davey Morgan over at first base who reached on a hit by pitch. Counts 0-2 still. Canny looks over at first, now comes set. And delivers the 0-2 pitch. Just a bit outside, and the count of the count's 1-2. Mentioned just how good Canny was at the University of Tampa in his last season. Started 19 games, had a 14-3 record. Struck out 99 batters that season. Pitch misses low and inside, gets away from Logan Brown. Morgan was stealing, and he will take second base easily as the count evens up at 2-2. So now a runner in scoring position for Lake Erie. Counts 2-2, 2 away. Runner at second base here in the top of the ninth inning. Otters trail 3-0. Canny out there, his second inning of work, trying to keep the score line where it's at. He's got Irizarry at 2-2 as he comes set. Looks at second base, now delivers. Breaker just missed the back door. Count runs full. Irizarry's worked a full count after going down 0-2. Good battle here. Leadoff batter Burl Dixon awaiting on deck. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled off, we'll do it again. Irizarry just won't go down without a fight. Canny sets, delivers the payoff pitch. Taken outside, ball 4. A long at-bat goes the way of Irizarry. And now there are runners at first and second, still with 2 outs. It's now 4 runners that have reached off of Canny. No hits yet.
Yeah, it's been weird, and now Max Peterson out to the mound. We'll see what goes on here. McAuliffe is loosening. It's been a weird game. Total in. Yep, that'll do it.
And with the Otters still in striking position, they're going to bring in McAuliffe to try to finish off this inning. That'll do it for Alex Canny. We have more on McAuliffe when we come back after a short break here on the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WIIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org. Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Otters caught of the bullpen is Nick McAuliffe. McAuliffe on the mound. Behind the plate is Logan Brown. That pitcher and catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call 812-475-9000. Nick McAuliffe making his second appearance this week. Appeared last night for an inning. Allowed a hit, struck out 2, did give up a run, but it was unearned. So his last 2 outings, he's given up 5 runs, but none of them have been earned.
Yeah, hopefully he's still sharp here in this inning. Just get this guy, get Bro Dixon, get out of the inning, give your bats a chance to try and come back here in the bottom half.
He enters with 2 on and 2 away. Both of them will be inherited from Alex Canny, who got 5 outs in his 2 innings of work. And Bro Dixon will step in with a chance to really blow this one open. First pitch to him. It's a breaker that misses just low. He'll start behind him 1-0. Making his 27th appearance is McAuliffe. It's been basically a guy who works an inning. 26 appearances, 26 2/3 innings. 1-0 pitch misses high and away, 2-0. Just needs to get this final out of the inning, trying to keep this score line where it's at. Runner at second base is Davey Morgan. He reached on a hit by pitch. Runner at first is Irizarry on a well-earned walk. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Fastball gets called strike at the outside corner. Make the count 2-1 now. Dixon, a couple of hits in this game. He is 2 for 5. Both of them were singles. Two-one pitch to Dixon. That one misses way out and away. Now 3-1. It's really been a death of 1,000 cuts from Lake Erie. No extra base hits, all singles. Ton of walks. Been hit by 5 pitches. Only scored 3 runs, but they've been threatening in every single inning. Only 1 inning did they go 1-2-3. 3-1 pitch is skied into foul territory. It's going to get out of play, and count's going to run full, and both runners will get head starts after this at bat. That 1 inning that didn't have any base runners was the 7th inning pitched by Gunnar Dennis. Impressive debut from him.
Yeah, really was, and hopefully he can continue to be that guy we saw tonight throughout the rest of this year.
Counts full to Dixon. Runners at first and second will both be on the move. 2 away. Otters still trail by 3. Here's the payoff pitch. Chopper towards second. Cruz is going to charge it. He'll take it in on a hop. Toss to first is in time on a bang play. Now he'll be in there for out number 3. Dixon was hustling down the line. Fortunately, Evansville able to get him out. So we'll head to the 9th. Otters going to need 3 runs. See if they can do it here on the Otters Digital Network, 96.9 WYIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Lake Erie called to the bullpen. Indiana native Michael Brewer on the mound behind the plate. Derek Vegas, that pitcher catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call 812-475-9000. Michael Brewer, his first season here with the Lake Erie Crushers. 13 saves and 28 appearances, a 1.95 ERA, 35 strikeouts to 17 walks. Does give up walks. If Evansville's going to get to him, it's going to be through the walk.
Yeah, and you just have to be aware of that. Take your medicine against this guy. They've done it before. They did it in the past back on May 25th, but obviously brand new pitcher pretty much now, a couple of months into the year.
First one to face him is Ellis Schwartz. His first at-bat of the game misses low, ball 1. The Otters did get the tying run to the plate. In fact, they got the go-ahead run to the plate against him in their outing on July 20th. Gave up a hit. He walked one, but could not push across the tying runs. 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled up overhead for an overhead foul ball. Brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Heads Construction, choose the best, never regret it.
This is his 29th outing of the season. He's only given up earned runs in 4 of those outings. 1-1 pitch. Called strike 2, but below around the knees. He's been given that all game. Now the count's 1-2. Only twice has he given up more than a run. It was 2 runs against this Evansville squad back on May 25th, the game that was resumed last night. He earned the win in that game. And there was 2 runs against Schaumburg back on July 8th as well. But other than that, he's given up 1 run against Mississippi his last time out on July 27th. And here's the 1-2 pitch to Schwartz. That one is fought off into foul territory. We'll do it again.
That overhead foul ball brought to you by Hits Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Taken just inside, 2-2. Two-two pitch from Brewer. Checked his swing, doesn't matter, it's in there. Strike 3 at the knees. The Otters go down looking once again. That is the first out of this inning. With 1 away, it's up to J.J. Cruz.
Second baseman, number 17, J.J. Cruz.
Cruz 1 for 3 with a single, strikeout, and a line out back to the pitcher. Here's the first pitch to J.J. Cruz. That one misses outside, ball 1. Tried to go backdoor breaker, but didn't break at all. Brewer out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Spent a season in the Toronto organization as that one's lifted into deep center field. That's going to send Dixon back to the track, but he's going to bring it in about a foot in front of the wall for out number 2.
Loud contact there. We know JJ has some pop. Down in fastball that he got a decent hold of. 99 miles per hour off the bat is not quite enough.
Well struck, but it's happened multiple times tonight. Well struck balls to just find the outfielders. With 2 away, it's up to Mason White as he's the last hope in this game for Evansville. First pitch to him misses inside, ball 1. White, his start in Ottawa, had a double, had a home run that was taken away from him. 1-1 pitch swings through that one, didn't mean to. Counts evened up at 1-1. Trying to find his footing back in the lineup. Trying to extend this ball game. 1-1 pitch, that one's lined pretty well into center. Off the end of the bat, though, Dixon's going to come in on it. It's going to fall in between everybody. Blue base hit for Evansville is going to extend the ball game. And Crix Tavares is going to step in with 2 away. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts.
Number 18, Crix Tavares.
He's also reached his first time after being hit by a pitch. First pitch to Tavares. Swings that one, comes up empty. He's behind 0-1. Feels like on these fastballs, Tavares just hasn't really been able to catch up tonight.
Yeah, and especially now against Brewer, a guy who can touch mid-90s, has gotten up to 96 tonight. It's going to be hard for him to adjust.
Brewer holds on the mound, now delivers the 0-1 pitch. That fastball misses low and in, 1-1. Just got to try to shorten up. If you can, just poke something into left field.
Yeah, you have to be thinking the opposite way here. You have to sit fastball, think the opposite way. If you get a breaking ball, adjust to it, but you can't sit on anything other than fastball when a guy's throwing 96.
Tying runner is on deck in Dennis Pierce. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swings through that one, comes up empty. Now it's behind 1-2.
And I almost guarantee you that he's going to get another fastball here next. Again, a swing and miss that he was late on a fastball. Brewer's going to pick up on that, so Tavares has to make an adjustment. He's going to make one quick.
Counts 1-2. Otters down to their final strike tonight. Here's the pitch. Now the fastball got it by him, and the Otters go down swinging. And they lose this game by a score of 3-0.
Crushers,
had some chances but just couldn't push across a run. Lake Erie also had a ton of opportunities, only got 3 runs. Evansville's pitching worked through a lot of traffic, but couldn't keep them off the board all night. And Lake Erie takes this one by a score of 3-0. We'll head to a short break, and when we're back, we'll talk about it more on the Papa John's postgame show here on the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WYIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community.
Welcome into the Papa John's postgame show. Remember that Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the home team network, and 96.9 WYIR. Story of this game for Evansville, just couldn't push across some runs when you had it. Stranded 8 runners in the first 5 innings, including the bases loaded in the second, 2 runners on in the fourth. Anthony Escobar didn't have his best stuff tonight, worked through a lot of traffic. Otters had some opportunities, just couldn't push him through.
And some nights it's just not your night. And tonight it just wasn't the offense's night. They struggled to pick him up from the very start, struck out looking 3 times in the first inning. And just since then, Escobar set the tone that even if he was going to battle with runners in on base, he was going to get through it, and that's exactly what he did. And the offense, once the bullpen got in there, just couldn't quite figure those guys out either.
Escobar, who will earn his 8th win of the season, struck out a career-high 10 batters tonight for Evansville. 13 overall strikeouts on the night for the Otters. That is a season high. They also, as a team, walked 8 batters. That ties a season high as well. Evansville just, like I said, couldn't get it going on offense, and even though their pitching did a relatively good job, did a really good job keeping runners from scoring, working through a lot of traffic, couldn't pick them up. Yohan Gonzalez got the start, went 5 innings. Again, some of the Escobar didn't have his best stuff tonight, worked through a lot of traffic. First 4 innings only allowed a run first 5 innings only allowed a run. Pitched into the 6th, gave up a couple of hits there. Eventually they would put 2 more runs on him. But again, not a bad start for Yohan Gonzalez. Just did a good job keeping the Otters in the ballgame.
And that's exactly what you needed him to do. He went 5+, giving up the 3, but when he exited, he had only given up 2, worked through some trouble, and that's what you love to see from a starter. So even if they don't have their best stuff and he walked 4 guys, he was able to work around it and do his best.
After back-to-back outings, only walking 1 batter in each of those outings. 4 walks, just wasn't as good as we've seen him in previous outings. But one of those games that you work through it, similar to what Braden Scott worked through in Ottawa in his last start. Gave us some walks, gave us some hits, worked through a ton of traffic, kept Evansville in it, and they won that game. Unfortunately, couldn't do it tonight. Nolan Thebe entered in that inning, in that 6th inning to finish off the inning. Did walk a couple, but didn't give up any hits, didn't give up any runs. In fact, none of the relievers for Evansville gave up any hits. It was Nolan Thebe who gave up a couple of walks and struck out 1. Gunnar Dennis came in and pitched a 1-2-3 inning, striking out 2. What a debut for him professionally.
Yeah, he looked really sharp, and if he's able to continue to look sharp like he did tonight, that just boosts this Otters bullpen, which has really struggled so far this season.
Alex Canny made his debut as well. Pitched an inning and 2/3, walking 3 and also hitting a batter, but struck out 2. Just one of those things that hopefully kind of work through, and maybe it's just some nerves that set it in, and he can come out next time and kind of avoid that.
Yeah, and overall, I mean, I didn't think he looked bad. Again, those 2 walks, his first time out here in that 8th inning, and hopefully he's able to work through some of those control issues, figure out his stuff, and by the time we get to Flores, I'm sure he'll be fine. But like you said, just some nerves working through that first professional outing.
And then Nick McAuliffe entered to face 1 batter and got him out. Great job from McAuliffe just to do his job.
That's what he does. He's been that guy all year. Late guy, leverage, bullpen arm.
Evansville as a team managed to get 7 hits, no multi-hit games tonight. Keenan Taylor got a hit. Jared Campbell got his first career hit of the night. He went 1 for 3, couple of strikeouts. Mason White got a hit to keep the game alive. J.J. Cruz got a hit. Logan Brown with a hit. L.J. Jones, J.T. Benson, and Dennis Pierce all with hits tonight. Evansville, as a team, again, out-hit Lake Erie 8-5, but it wasn't really the hits that were the problem for Evansville's pitching. It was the walks. It's the free passes.
And those will kill you every time. You look at the amount of base runners that Lake Erie had tonight, and it's a miracle that they only scored 3 runs. It really is. They stranded the bases loaded twice in back-to-back innings. They stranded at least 2 in 4 other innings. So the fact that the pitching was able to work around that traffic is impressive, but you can't have that much traffic that consistently and expect to win ball games very often.
16 runners that the Otters stranded. Again, only surrendered 3 runs. So that was really impressive, all things being considered, working around that stuff. But it's just one of those things that you can't expect to win many games when you allow so many base runners. Again, like last night, 17 hits. You're not going to win many games. You give us 17 hits. You're
Especially
not going
in 7 innings, by the way, as well.
You're not going to win many games when you have to strand 16 runners. But again, pitching kept them in the game. If they could have just pushed some of those runs across early, maybe they're going home with a win.
Yeah, and this night, this isn't the pitching's fault. It's not. The pitching did really well working with what they had tonight. The offense just wasn't there. They just weren't.
And you're going to be excited by a couple of really good debuts from a couple of Ole Miss pitchers. And hopefully they can parlay that into some bigger games down the stretch. But unfortunately, Evansville could not come up with the win tonight. They'll be back in action tomorrow night, same place, same time. Get Braden Scott on the mound against Jack Eisenbarger, another rematch from that series in Lake Erie. Braden Scott going to go out there and try to find his groove again, and again, try to get another big win for Evansville.
And hopefully they get one before this road trip, because if you can get one off of Lake Erie before this road trip coming up against Florence, I think that's big momentum-wise. And then you face New York, who is one of the hottest, if not the hottest team in the league right now, here at home. And maybe that can snowball into something good, but it just feels like this whole month of July, every single game has been a must-win game just because of how this team has struggled so much, so mightily. And you just need something to get going, and they haven't found that yet. Hopefully tomorrow they're able to get something.
That'll do it tonight. That'll do it for us tonight here at Bosse Field. For my partner, Riley Angel, I'm Lucas Macklin. Anything else to add for tonight's ball game?
Let's just get a good Braden Scott start tomorrow.
That would be a lot of fun. Join us tomorrow night, 6:35 p.m. Central Time scheduled start time. It'll be a 6:15 p.m. Central start time for us on the Papa John's pregame show. Join us tomorrow night. It'll be hopefully another fun night of Thursday night baseball here at Bosse Field. So for Riley Angel, I'm Lucas Macklin signing off on the Otters Digital Network, N969 WYAR. And as always, have a blessed night, Otters fans.